Gates Stadium. This is homecoming 2019 for your Heritage War Eagles. My name is TJ Moss, and tonight with me in the booth is Coach Tom Olson, the head coach for the boys basketball team. Good evening, Coach.
Good evening. Good to be here on a beautiful weather of a Friday night homecoming Gates Stadium football matchup against Harbor and Heritage.
Now, Coach Olson, I want to begin the evening with this rumor that homecomings kind of take you back.
It can.
Do you have memories of your own homecomings when you were in high school?
Well, football homecoming was, different. My wife, Karen, was actually 1987 homecoming court. And basketball homecoming, we call Color Day. In 1988, somebody kind of fell asleep and voted me king. So, yeah, it does draw me back a little bit, back into my high school days.
Coach, do you still have the crown somewhere?
Well, they never let you keep it.
They never let you keep it. Well, that's kind of a raw deal. Well, tonight we have our War Eagles who are looking for their first win on the season. They're coming in the game 0-4, and they're playing a Harbor team, which is 2-2. And Harbor just came off a game where they lost 35-21 to a very good Bentonville team. And Coach, tell me, we're now 0-4, but from a coach's point of view, I want you to tell me, what do you see that's improving from week to week?
Well, one thing that stands out in last week's game is, J.J. Webb and Ethan Ferris, both over 100 yards rushing in one game, and 21 points on the board, which is something that we've struggled with over the last year and even into the beginning of this year. So I think you see some improvements on the offensive line. I think you see some improvements in execution running the ball. And I think that if Heritage can continue that upward climb, I think you're going to see a very competitive football team here, in the days ahead.
Now, last week, we played a really good game against Springdale. In fact, at one point, the ball game was 28-14. It was late in the second quarter, and we were driving the ball, and we actually had the ball inside the 5. We were first and goal, and we got called back on a holding. Then we got down again, and we got 3rd and 3, and we got another penalty to make it 3rd and 8. We went for it on 4th down. We got sacked at about midfield, and then after that point, the wheels just came off.
Yeah, Springdale followed up by scoring 21 unanswered points in the last 5 minutes of the half. Wide receiver Wansley for Springdale takes the first play after we turn it over on downs for a touchdown. We fumble, I guess you'd say, the imposing kick, and Springdale gets it back and scores again. And there were several plays then defensively in the last drive for Springdale that they scored on where the drive was kept alive by a penalty on us. So there's lots of things that are very correctable there that would have made that game, come down to the wire.
Coach, you were always told that playing sports, it's 10% physical and 90% mental. Is that correct?
Yeah, and I think that, when you see the real successful programs, successful teams in any sport, they don't look at the other team as an opponent. They look at themselves as the opponent, and they use that as a bar to keep playing better and better as the season goes on. And I think you can get yourself caught up in rivalries and this, that, and the other, but teams that win championships are trying to be better every time out, and that's where Heritage is tonight. We've got to be better and play better than we did the night before.
Well, we are 80 seconds away from kickoff, and back deep for the War Eagles is number 22, Eli Craig, sophomore running back, and number 24, Ethan Ferris, junior wide receiver. And we're going to see them both on the field quite a bit tonight. And again, if you are close and you're in the neighborhood and you want to come out, we've got plenty of room tonight for you. It's going to be a fantastic night. Coach, I don't see any kind of wind out there. In fact, I'm not even sure what the current temperature is.
Yeah, it's in the 70s.
70s, beautiful night for football.
Last Friday, we had a little bit of a wind in the first quarter, and it was a factor. Very rarely do you see a team blow all their timeouts in the first quarter to keep, going in with the win, and that's exactly what Springdale did. But tonight, the wind, not a factor.
Number 84 for Harbor, Jesus Barrasso, kicker, junior, 215 pounds, and that's a big kicker out there, and he's going to be kicking off from the 40. And again, we have Eli and we have Ethan deep. So we're going to start off here, homecoming 2019, and we're going to be receiving, and if you're listening to us, we're going to be going from your right to your left. Going to be a short kick. Eli's going to take it about the 18. He's got a block. He's got a hole. He's still up. There you go. Nice job. going to take over the first down 35-yard line. And I think I see a flag come in there, Coach.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was a flag or yes, sir. Might have been a late hit. Williams for Harbor there on the tackle.
No flag. He's waving it off. So they're waving it off, and we're going to take over at the 35. Going to be 1st and 10. We have just started Homecoming 2019. And if you were not around today, we have a homecoming queen, senior Josie Stitt, and homecoming king Gael Avalos. And they're in the stadium tonight celebrating homecoming from your War Eagles 2019. So the first play from scrimmage, you're going to have Jeb Brown, junior quarterback. And next to him is going to be 25, J.J. Webb. Ethan Ferris is in motion. He takes the handoff. He's going to go right side. He's got a good 4, maybe 5 yards.
Ethan Ferris is coming off a really nice game last Friday night. He's good on the jet sweep. He makes a good read, and he's got some speed to really kind of stretch the field. Had some big runs last game.
So, Coach, how important is this first drive? If you're 0-4, you want to control the ball, what do you have to do here?
Well, obviously you want to keep Harbor's offense off the field, but, in a game like this one, I mean, in all honesty, Heritage just needs to find a way to hang around.
Jeb's back to throw. He's going to take off running. He's got a yard, maybe 2, maybe 3, and he's tackled by a host of Wildcats.
So 2 positive plays here, setting up a 3rd and short. This is a play where Heritage, if they want to hang around in this one, they got to find a way to move the sticks.
3rd and 2, 11 minutes to go. We have just started. We got to get across the 45 for first down. Jeb Brown is still in the game. Number 4, Noah Frick's coming in the game. Number 24, Ethan Ferris is coming out. So, do you run it down their throats? What do you do here, Coach?
Last Friday, Noah Frick here as a tight end here lined up on the left side played a big part in some of these crucial downs. So, it might be a little tight end sneak out, but off
there
to
it
JJ.
Is. First down. He's got the corner. He's got room. Run that ball, JJ. Run that ball. Keep on going. We got a flag down back here, Coach.
Yeah, and
I didn't see anything, but I would have to say where it's thrown, they may get us for a holding.
Yeah, and JJ got the edge there, and you might think that tackle might have reached out and grabbed somebody so he could get around the edge.
Yeah, and they're going to get us for holding, and I really hate that because that was a fantastic play. JJ hit the corner, and he got a first down, and he was just running downhill for a long time. So this is going to take us back to, the 33, Coach?
That's from the spot of the foul.
Yeah, so we're going to go back 10 from the spot. So that's going to make it, 3rd and 12.
JJ's got good vision. He's got good speed. He runs stuff and can break tackles. It's too bad we had to get caught there with the holding there on the left side.
So we got 3rd and 12 coming up here. So
well, 3rd and 12 just turned into 3rd and 8. So somebody thought that was a 15-yard penalty instead of just a 10.
Well, 3rd and 8 is still formidable. It's not as simple as 3rd and 2.
But you kind of see a little success. I know they've done some shuffling the Heritage has on the offensive line. I think they've got a little more speed and quickness up there, and it showed in the running game last week and so far right here.
Jeb Brown still in the game. He's back to pass. He's got number 9 down here, going to hit him in the hands, and it's going to be incomplete. Number 9, Nick Winter, junior wide receiver, going to be incomplete, and we're going to have to punt.
Yeah, Nick, just the old looking upfield before the ball was secure, trying to get one more yard. You'd like to see that receiver maybe bend that route off past the stick so he wasn't worried about getting a first down after he caught it. Number
43, Jonathan Trujillo, senior, is going to be punting this ball. And again, Coach, there's no win tonight.
No, this is a part of the game, a football game, where you can really gain an advantage with some quality special teams play.
Back deep for Harbor. I can't exactly make out his number.
It's a pretty good kick.
I think that's number 2, and I think he fared catch it. Yeah, he fared catch it. I saw the hand go up, and he wasn't sure if the referee was going to call it. So Harbor's going to fair catch the ball, going to take over to around their own 28. So, Coach, tell me about some of these Harbor offensive players we're going to see. You told me that they have a quarterback that, if we're not careful, might light us up tonight.
Yeah, and I think what you're going to see here right off the bat is him try and stretch the field because the real power is number 4, Jay Burns, and he's He is a very, very dangerous back, Division I recruit, and look for something deep here early to try and keep those linebackers off the line of scrimmage so they can open up some space for Jay Burns.
So Harbor takes over at around their own 27. We've got 9:49 to go. We have just started the game. This is Harbor's first drive. Harbor's back to throw. He's looking down the field. He's got number 4. Number 4, Jay Burns. There's your big-time receiver there, Coach.
Yep, that's right out of the backfield there. They faked it to him, and then they threw it to him. Heritage did a good job. I think a little different defensive concept this week with some more safety help from last week. So I think they're going to take some of those deep balls away. But they're going to have to tackle Jay Burns either on a catch or he's probably going to get the ball here in a run.
So number 15, Blaze. And by the way, if you name your son Blaze, I think you have just predestined him for greatness. He's gonna roll out to his right. Going to hit number 31. Number 31, number Clayton Peters. And I think he may be short. No, he got the first. He's across the 40.
Griffin Brown there with the tackle. Griffin does a really nice job as an inside linebacker there. It kept a minimal game, but enough for the first.
All right, so Harbor's on the move here. And tell us about the yardage that this quarterback for Harbor has picked up this year.
He's over 1,000 yards in his first 4 games.
First 4 games.
I got to believe a lot of those yards came in their 84-68 loss to Pulaski Academy early in the year. I mean, you score 68 points, you're going to have some big yards, but he's been pretty consistent all year long.
Division I running back Jay Burns takes the ball straight ahead for a big 10-yard run, and they're now across midfield. They're into War Eagle territory.
You could see that in the first couple of plays that Blaze Wichens was really looking deep, and I think we did a good job taking that away, and then he checked down. But still, they're still trying to back those guys away from the line of scrimmage.
So Witchen, he's back in the pistol. He's looking to throw. He's going to put it up deep down to his left side. Going to be incomplete. Nice job back there. I think that was number 7, I believe, Coach.
Yeah, Elliot Villataro and number 7, Dragan Blackwell, which you'll see on both sides of the ball, playing a little safety and playing a little wide receiver tonight. And again, the 2 safety look there, I think, is something that is an adjustment over last game.
Tell me about Blackwell. He's going to play a lot of deep back, and we're going to see him at quarterback as well tonight, Coach.
Yeah. He's kind of an all-purpose guy, and they're trying to keep their guys, their talented kids as much as they can on the field.
I think we got
a flag for any illegal motion.
Is it going to be a motion, or are we going to be
offsides?
Is it going to be us? I think it's going to be us. So that's going to move it up 5 yards. So the one thing I've noticed this year, Coach, and watching the game is that, we're very young. We have some, very young guys playing a lot of skilled positions, but we're also beating ourselves. We're just, offsides, holding, a lot of stuff that's just kind of self-inflicted.
Yeah, and I think a new system might contribute to that. A lot of it's got to be a discipline thing.
Screen to 44. He's got some blocks. He's got the first. He's got more. He's got one man to beat. And I think number 44 is going to score. Number 44, Arrington McCray, tight end. He's going to score the first touchdown of the game, catching a pass there from Blaze Witchinson. And Harbor's up 6-0 with 7:57 to go here in the first quarter.
Arrington McCray is 6'2", 237-pound junior tight end, and with nice burst there for a big man. So he's a talented looking kid right there on that play.
Big man, he's 237, Coach.
Yeah,
he's 237. Should not move that fast.
No, yeah, he caught it and went to the house. We couldn't catch him.
So Harbor's looking to turn this 6 into a 7. And the kick is up, and it is good. Number 84, number Jesus Barrasso, he's going to kick this thing. And what we're going to do right now, let's go ahead and let's take a timeout real quick, and we'll be back with the next kickoff.
War Eagles fans, stay connected with your favorite team all year long with the official app of Rogers Heritage War Eagle Athletics. A free download in the App Store and Google Play, the Rogers Heritage War Eagle Athletics app will keep you up to date with all things War Eagles. Schedules, scores, rosters, news, social media, final score notifications, as well as live broadcasts are just a touch away. The official app of Rogers Heritage War Eagle Athletics, and you can download it today for free in the App Store and Google Play.
And we're back, and the kickoff was taken by Eli Craig. He's going to be across the 25 at about the 26, going to make it 1st and 10. So, Coach, you're now down 7-0. Tell me from the point of view of a coach, what has to happen here?
Well, you got to have something positive because you don't want them to run away from you. And I think you like we talked about some costly penalties. We got to quit making mistakes, move the ball.
Jeb Brown is still in the game at quarterback, and off to his left is going to be 25 J.J. Webb. Here close to the screen, close to us, game number 1, Ricky Perez. And we got another flag.
Offsides, Harbor.
Harbor's going to give us 5, and we'll take it. Going to make that 1st and 10, going to make it 1st and 5. So, again, if you're just joining us, it's Harbor 7-0. It's 7:47 to go here in the first quarter. And we're looking to turn this into a first down. We got to get across the 36, Coach.
Yeah, and it's a simple game. I mean, as long as the sticks are moving when you're on offense, things can be really, really good. So right now, mission 1, 5 yards and a first down.
Nick Winter is out wide. Jeb Brown looking to throw. He's got number 1. He's got Ricky Perez. And that's, I think we're going to get the first down, or it's going to be close, Coach.
Yeah, the way the ball is spotted at the 36-yard line, and Mr. Lyndon Polk, the white hat, points a first down our way. Our first down of the game.
First down. Jeb Brown still in the game. Ricky Perez, nice catch on that. Nothing too complicated. Ethan Ferris is coming out wide left. Number 9, Nick Winter, is going to be top of your screen. Ethan Ferris going to be in motion, takes the handoff. He's going to go wide. Not a whole lot there. Keep running. Going to go down for a loss on that, Coach.
Yeah, and I think he had a chance early on the handoff to maybe just cut it up and get a couple. But, he had a lot of success in that jet sweep last week against Springdale, so I'm sure Harbor is very much prepared for it.
Now, just to show you the difference between us and Harbor, their quarterback, running back, receiver, tight ends, they're all seniors. How many seniors do we have on offense, Coach?
Not very many. I don't
One?
know them. I don't
One?
know. Yeah. On one hand, I think you could get there.
2nd and 12. Jeb Brown still in the game. He's looking to throw, going to be incomplete. Coach, again, tell us from the coach's point of view, what difference does it make having a senior on the field compared to a junior? If you're just sitting in the stands, 18, 17, 16, they're all kids. From a coach, what's the difference?
Well, the difference is the kid loses. He deals with his nerves better because he's been there and done that. He's been in more situations. He's seen more things. And the game may slow down for him if you can understand that. So, yeah, the experience factor is tremendous, especially in success in the athletic program.
3rd and 12. Jeb Brown looks to throw. He's got number 1. Ricky Perez is going to fight that ball. He's going to be across for a first down. You like to see that, Coach.
No kidding. 3rd and long and pick up the first down. Nice pass by Jeb Brown, crossing almost across midfield.
Well, and I like that, Coach, because when he initially caught it, he was short, and he continued fighting to struggle to get that first down. So we are not across midfield, but we are moving the ball. 1st and 10. We're at the 49.
So there's the second first down of the drive. So let's see if we can move the sticks again.
J.J. Webb up the middle, going to get about 3.
It's a really nice run by J.J. because there wasn't much there, and he took what could have been a 2 or 3 yard loss and turned it into a 2 or 3 yard gain.
And, I like J.J. I see J.J. in the hallway all the time, and I will tell you that looking at his stats here, well, it's actually not here, but I know somewhere I've seen that J.J.'s 5'10". J.J. Webb is not 5'10".
He's not 5'10".
I am 5'6". I look him right in the eye every day when he walks in the hallway. J.J.'s got the ball again. He's going to juke. He's got the first. Coach, he's going to run. Run that ball, J.J. He's down to the 10, Coach.
Great play. Nice. Almost the exact same play as the one before, but he got a burst. They blocked it a little better, and JJ's got a chance to, to really make a big play.
Now, Coach, I'm not going to be critical, but is JJ hurt? Because this is twice now that he's had kind of a breakaway that he has not beaten the defensive back.
Yeah, but Harbor's got some speed back there in the backfield. Those two safeties aren't very big for Harbor, but they've got good wheels.
So J.J. Webb, he's going to run the ball down to the 10. We got first and goal. Jed Brown still at quarterback. He's got the ball left here to Ethan Ferris. Run that ball, Ethan. We're down to the 5, Coach.
Yeah.
Second and goal from the 5.
A lot of credit to the Heritage offensive line. They're moving some bodies there, and I know who they're playing against tonight. That's one of the best defensive lines in the league.
Tell me about this defensive line for Harbor, Coach.
Well, we're talking to some of the defensive or offensive coaches this week. It was a concern for our coaching staff, the defensive line for Harbor, and they rotate a few kids in there, but they're pretty talented.
We've got second and goal from the 6, 5:20 to go here in the first quarter. Ethan Ferris is going to run, but not a whole lot there, Coach.
No.
Look like number 7 for Harbor, number 7, Will Haney, linebacker, junior. Looked like he was the lead tackle on that. So we got third and goal now, Coach. Is this 4-down territory?
Yeah, you'd like to think so.
Do you want to get points, or do you want to get this thing in the end zone?
That's a lot of it depends on the confidence you have in your kicker. If your kicker is really consistent, I'd say, yeah, if it doesn't go, let's get the points. But if you have a question on your kicker.
So we got third and goal. We're here from the 5. 4:39 to go. Jed Brown's rolling to his right. He's going to turn around, and he's going to be sacked for loss all the way back to the 15, Coach.
Yeah, I think if Jeb had to do that over again, he would have got rid of the ball.
Now that's going to bring up fourth and goal all the way back to about the 14-yard line. And it looks like I think we're going to go for it, Coach. I'm looking for the kicker. I see J.J. Webb coming in the game. Number 85, Stephen Flores is coming out of the game. So I would say that.
Yeah, I think the decision tree here is it's going to be a 35-yard plus field goal. And the Heritage staff feels like the odds are better here.
Jeb's going to put it up left. He's got number 9 over the corner. Get off his fingertips, incomplete. And we're going to turn that over on down. So do you like that call, Coach?
Yeah, I think it give you a chance there to maybe make a play or cause a penalty.
Number 9, Nick Winter on that play. And, again, just off of his fingertips. So Harbor's going to take over at about their own 14. So it is a good drive. And again, when you're 0-4 and when you're 2-42 over the last couple of years, you have to build on the positive.
That's right. And a positive there was several first downs, and they moved the ball right down the field. So they've proven they can move the ball against Harbor.
Number 15 for Harbor still in the game. He's going to throw quick to his left. Small little bubble screen there. Going to go for about a first down. It's going to be across about the 33.
That's Seth Kendall on the tackle, and that's Hunter Wood. That's not Hunter Wood, the Cleveland Indian former Heritage baseball player. That's Hunter Wood, the wide receiver for Harbor High School.
We'll talk about Hunter here in a second because he used to be a Tampa Bay pitcher, and Tampa Bay's in the playoffs, and he's at home watching.
Yeah.
Harbor's back. The ball is going to be handed off to number 4, that Division I running back, and he's going to run hard. Flag is down. Going to be over here on number 74.
Holding.
And in fact, I see 2 flags. I see a flag back by a lineman and one further downfield.
The flag further downfield is a hold.
Okay.
That was the initial 2 fouls. Holding.
Uh-oh. No, there you go.
Decline.
The next one.
Illegal use of the hands.
We'll take it. So is this going to make it about 1st and 20, Coach?
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, they took the foul that pushed them back the furthest.
So this is going to take them back to about their, my old man eyes, we're about the 18-yard line. They got to get across the 35, going to make it about 1st and 18. 3:30 here to go in the first quarter. Harbor up 7-0. Number 15, quarterback Blaze for your Harbor Wildcats. He's back there. Looks like he may be calling an audible. He takes the snap. He's going to look downfield. He's going to put it up deep. Nice job. Nice job. Nice job on defense, Coach.
Yes, Dragon Blackwell, number 7.
And now, was that 31 as well back there, Coach?
31 as well.
Schaefer Dunnigan, I believe that he was back there on that play as well.
Again, the two safety look defensively has been a nice adjustment, and it's taken the big plays in the passing game away.
Now, Coach, I like the fact that the officials are not taking the game out of our hands. They're letting us play ball.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to throw that ball up in the air, everyone has to have a chance to get to it. Number 4 is going to take the ball to his left. He's going to zig and zag. He's going to be pulled down by a host of War Eagles. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, a big down upcoming. Hard to see who made the tackle there on the other side of the field. Cooper Bowman looks like he might have been in there. Cooper's a high-energy player, defensive outside linebacker for the War Eagles.
All right, so I don't want to be cliche, but this is a big down for us. You've got 3rd and 10. You want to hold them here because this would be a big stand for us. Blaze is back to throw. He's across the middle. Incomplete. No flags.
You give a lot of credit to, defensively to the War Eagles, just in adjustments from one week to the next. They are playing much better defensively than they did against Springdale.
All right, so Harbor's going to be forced to punt the ball here with 2:34 to go in the first quarter, and they're going to be punting from their own end, from around their own 25. Deep for Heritage, number 24, Ethan Ferris. Back to punt for Harbor. I'm looking for number, Coach.
Can't see. It's all folded up.
Yeah. We're going to fake it. They're going to fake it, Coach. They're going to fake it. Get him right there. Get him right there. Oh. First down, Harbor. Coach, as soon as he snapped the ball, we turned our backs and we went back to punt receive, and we didn't even look.
Yeah, there's a total read by the punter. He started out to do one of those Australian rules punt. When he saw there was no one there, he decided he just took off, and a big play for Harbor, and I'm going to say a very large mistake for our special teams.
Now, let me ask you this. When you coach special teams, what do you teach those young boys to do? Because as we saw on that play, they just instinctively turned their back, went downfield to block, and we're not even watching the punt.
Yeah, well, I think number 1 is you got to make sure he punts it, right? I think, you get upfield. If it's a return that's on, first things first, you got to make him punt the ball.
Number 4 gets the ball. He's off to his left. Number 46 got him, wrapped him up, going to be tackled by a whole bunch of others. Number 46, I think that's going to be Mr. Griffin Brown over there. And nice play by GB.
Yeah, Griffin Brown with a nice play in the backfield against a very, very good back, and I think there's a flag on the ground.
I think I saw one as well. And I will take him 10 more yards back. I'm looking for the call here, holding. There we go. And that's going to be a spot foul, Coach. Tell us about the spot foul on this.
Well, that will be more than a 10-yard penalty because it happened behind the line of scrimmage. So they're probably looking at the minimum of 1st and 25 here.
So the ball was at the 44. The flag was thrown at about the 38. Then you go 10 yards back from the 38. I think it's more than 1st and 15. We got a little screenplay over here. Number 3 is going to go try to miss him. He runs hard to his right. War Eagles are everywhere trying to pull him down. Number 46, Griffin Brown's in there, and a whole bunch of other blue shirts come in. And that's going to bring up 2nd down, Coach.
That's Hunter Wood on a bubble screen. He ran probably the better part of 50 yards to gain 6.
Well, that's going to bring up 2nd down at about, we're looking about, 13?
It was a nice game. It was more than 6, but he ran a long way from one side of the field to the other.
So 2nd and 13. Defense has been on the field for a long time, Coach.
Yeah, and we had a bobble with Jay Burns on the first play. We had a bobble there. Harbor's not far away from turning one over.
And Burns going to get tackled again by a whole bunch of War Eagles. Going to bring up 3rd and about 5, Coach. Another big down coming up. Number 4 doesn't look too happy. I'm not sure why he's frustrated. Maybe he's used to not being hit that quick in the backfield. So we got 3rd and about 4 here. Harbor has to get across midfield to the War Eagle 47-yard line. We're now under a minute here to go in the first quarter. Harbor up 7-0.
The alignment here looks like a run to Jay Burns, but I went.
Another fumble on your snap
bobble.
there. He's going to throw it up there. Oh, don't let him catch that. We had 3 guys around him, Coach.
I want to say that was one of those plays in high school athletics was very fortunate. That ball was dropped by the quarterback and popped right back into his hands. He threw it into triple coverage, and Hunter Wood came down with it. I don't think that's one on film that we're going to say on Saturday morning that, hey, let's not do that, but it turned out for them. It turned out good.
So Harbor's got the ball 1st and 10 at the War Eagle 41. Blaze is back to throw, looking to go deep. He's got 44. Going to overthrow him, incomplete. And I got another flag down back here, Coach. Got a flag down about the 45-yard line.
Yeah. Seth Kendall on the coverage there, and another illegal use of hands penalty on Harbor.
Well, I will take every single yard that they give us on the penalties, because when you're 0-4 and you're rebuilding a program, now you got to take advantage of all these different breaks.
Well, and I'm going to give our guys up front the credit, because penalties occur when players get beat.
Right.
When I get off the block, the blocker's going to grab me. So got to give a lot of credit to our defensive line, because they're forcing a lot of hold penalties.
1st and a mile. He's going to throw it deep. Don't get beat back there. Oh. Harbor's going to make the catch. I tell you, I'm going to be kind of a homer. I thought that number 2 pushed off on our D-back back there. But
he did, and he caught the ball with one hand, and it was an unbelievable catch.
That's that Hunter Wood out there again.
Yeah.
There's that name, Coach.
Yeah, that is a great catch by him. Yeah, I thought a lot of contact.
Coming into the game, he had 468 yards.
Yep.
And that's probably going to put him over 500.
Yeah.
Coach, we're going to take a timeout here with 7 seconds to go in the first quarter, and we'll be back after this message.
War Eagles fans, stay connected with your favorite team all year long with the official app of Rogers Heritage War Eagle Athletics. A free download in the App Store and Google Play, the Rogers Heritage War Eagle Athletics app will keep you up to date with all things War Eagles. Schedules, scores, rosters, news, social media, final score notifications, as well as live broadcasts are just a touch away. The official app of Rogers Heritage War Eagle Athletics, and you can download it today for free in the App Store and Google Play.
All right, we're back. We got 7 seconds to go here in the first quarter, and Harbor setting up here at around the 17-yard lines. And as we were saying earlier, Coach, our defense has been on the field for about the last, 6 minutes?
Yeah, I would say in the bulk of the first quarter.
So Harbor's got 1st and 10 from the 16. They're looking to go up here by more than 7. He's across the middle. He's got that big number 44, that Arrington player, Arrington McCray. Big guy across the middle makes the catch. He's going to just stroll right in, and that's going to make it 13-0.
Yeah, and again, he's a weapon, because he's not just a receiver. He's a tight end. He aids in the running game, and then he can stretch the field with his speed, and obviously has great hands. Touchdown, Harbor.
Number 84 for Harbor. Jesus Barrasso, the kicker. Number 16 is going to be holding. Number 16, Noah Livingston, attempting to make this a 14-point game. 1 second to go here in the first quarter. And the kick is good. Coach, we're going to take another timeout here and give us a chance here to run some more of our commercials, to hear the fine people who are broadcasting the game tonight. So we're back here in about 30 seconds.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking for. I couldn't get on.
During the Great Depression, nothing came easy. It was a time when you had to keep it real, because times were tough. But with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family began finding innovative ways to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to feed families across the country and around the world, to help put a chicken in every pot, every oven, grill, slow cooker, and skillet. Because no matter who they are,
All right, so Ethan Ferris on the return. He's going to take the ball at about the 36-yard line, and that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter, where you're going to have Harbor up 14-0. Coach, we got some scores of interest. Tell me what else is happening in the 7A tonight.
Bentonville leads Van Buren 14-0 in the first quarter. Rogers down 14-0 in the first quarter to Fayetteville. Bentonville West leads Springdale in the first quarter 10-0. So there's the scores around the conference.
Coach, tell me about this Pulaski Academy. You and I were talking about before the game, and you said this is just a very unique team that luckily we'd never have to play. But you said that this Pulaski Academy team down in Little Rock, that they never punt, they always onside kick the ball, and
yeah, it's a unique system. I actually had a chance to watch them play on a recent trip to Nashville. They were playing a high school out of Nashville, Tennessee, and the game was on the local cable channel. And interesting setup. I think, you play to your strengths and what you believe in, and they believe in that system, and they've been doing it a long time. They don't punt. They onside kick all the time, and they score a lot of points.
Jeb Brown, the game, hands the ball off to Ethan Ferris. He's going to run wide right. He's got a big gain here across midfield. Going to be a nice 17-yard gain there for Ethan Ferris, and we're into Harbor territory for the second time tonight.
Yes, Liam Taylor for Harbor with the tackle, 5'7" junior. Made a nice tackle there, got his head out in front and saved it. What could be a catastrophic play for Harbor.
So Jeb Brown still in the game. He's got his running backs, J.J. Webb back there with him. He's got number 1, Ricky Perez, lined up down here towards the bottom of the screen. J.J.'s got the ball, going to run hard, not going to maybe get one, maybe, Coach.
Yeah, and sometimes those plays look like they're bad, but that's a good play. That play was well defended by Harbor, but it's still a positive game for Heritage. So you give the guys up front a little credit, give credit to Harbor to making the play, but it's 2nd and 8 instead of 2nd and 14.
All right, so we've got 2nd and 8. We're at about the 46-yard line. We got to get across the 37 for a first down. Jed Brown still in the game. J.J. Webb to his left. Brown's back to throw, looking for Ethan. He's got Ethan, and in and out of his hands, Coach. Number 7's going to get called for a personal foul, Coach.
No doubt about it. It was almost borderline cheap play. The ball was out of his hands. Ethan Ferris is 6 feet outside the boundary, and he comes and hits him at helmet to helmet, which probably in a higher level game might even been a targeting call, and he would have been ejected.
So here's the call from your head official, personal foul. That's going to give us 15 yards. And, you and I talked earlier about one of the problems that we have are the self-inflicted injuries. Watching Harbor,
they're giving us a chance.
They are, and I will take it. So we got 1st and 10 down to the 31. We're at 10:53 to go here in the second quarter. Harbor's up 14-0. Jeb Brown looking pretty confident back there in the back of the pocket. Got J.J. Webb to his left. He's got Ricky Perez over here to his right, along with Ethan Ferris in motion. J.J.'s got the ball, going to run hard, going to get about 2-3 yards.
Again, a positive play on first down. Keeps you from getting behind the sticks. J.J. with a nice move up, up in there. He's not afraid of contact.
And again, the book says he's 5'10". He is not 5'10".
Let's just say he gets every ounce of what he has because he's got good speed and he runs really tough. Low center of gravity.
So we got Ricky Perez going wide right. We got Ethan Ferris going wide left. Jeb Brown back to throw. Jeb Brown's looking. He's got some happy feet. Going to throw here to Ricky. And out of his hands, they're going to say incomplete. The ball actually fell into a Harbor's hands, number 24. But they're going to say he was out of bounds. So we're going to have 3rd and 8 coming up here, Coach.
Yes, big play. And this is one of those deals where, hey, take the 3 or 4 yard gain because you're probably going to go for it on 4th down anyway. So it's kind of you're thinking 2 plays here.
Well, and that was my next question. 14-0, 10-13 to go. The score doesn't show it, but we're playing really hard tonight. and you want something on the board, so I'm thinking 4 downs no matter what.
I think it's 4 down territory.
Jed Brown looking to throw. He's got Ethan Ferris over here. Ethan makes the catch. He's going to be close to a first down, Coach.
Looks like he's about a half a yard short.
So we got 4th and 1. So if you're a Coach Hook fan, I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of doubt about this.
No doubt.
You know, I want to name some of our big boys we have up here because we got some offensive linemen who don't get a whole lot of credit. But we got Steven Flores. He's our tight end. We got number 72, Eddie Franklin. He's up there on the line. And we're going to go for it 4th and 1. And this is a big player right here. We're at the Harbor 22. Ethan Ferris in motion. And we're going to call a timeout here, Coach.
Yeah, I think that was by design. They put Ethan Ferris in motion just to see how Harbor would react.
Now, that's our second timeout. So we've only got 1 left here in the half. Harbor still has their full 3. All right, so you run that play. Are you looking to see what their defense is, Coach?
I think so. I think that's like, I'm going to use a basketball term. Sometimes you get in a basketball game and it's a big play. You come out, you see what they're lined up in, and you call timeout. And then you bring them into the huddle and you say, okay, here's what it looks like they're going to do. This is the defense they're in, so this is what we're going to do. So I think there was kind of a little gamesmanship there by Coach Hookman. Let's see exactly how they align to our set, our alignment, and then let's see if they do that again. And if they do, let's run something that will be hard for them to guard.
4th and 1 from the 22. We got to get across the 21 for a first down. 9:31 to go here in the game. Harbor's up 14-0.
You got to like our chances with JJ just on a straight run here.
Ethan Ferris in motion. Ethan's going to get the call. He's got the first. He's down to the 20. Nice play. So first down, we got 1st and 10. We're moving the chains, and we're down here inside this red zone, Coach. And again, like we talked about, no matter what we do, it's going to be 4 downs.
Those guys up front for Heritage, they're playing with a little more, we're going to say moxie or vigor. 73, Shelton Pollock, he's blocking guys, making contact with them in the line of scrimmage and driving them back 10 yards down the field. So he's playing, playing with some guts, and that's nice to see.
And, Coach, I see 79 out there playing on the left side. If my number's correct, Jesse Brown's a sophomore out there, Coach.
Yes, he is.
1st and 10. JJ's got the ball following a block. Nice 5-yard pickup. And Ethan Ferris comes in to clean up the pile. Going to make it 2nd and 5, and we're down to about the 16.
The offensive line for Heritage is playing a really, really nice game. They got a really, really good push there. JJ had a couple yards before he even met any resistance there.
The only senior that I can count out there, Coach, is number 52, Brian Albarana. He's the only senior I see on the offensive line. Looks like everybody else are juniors and sophomores, which, you're building a program, that's what you want. Handoff, J.J. Webb up the middle. Not a whole lot there. A whole bunch of white shirts going to pull him down for no gain.
It just kind of looked there that there was a little bit out of rhythm getting the ball to JJ on that run. It looked like our offensive line had some good push, and it looked like there was going to be something there. But with the little delay, Harbor's able to maintain 3rd and 5.
I see an official timeout here. I'm not really sure I don't know if Harbor has an equipment issue going on here, but we'll take the breather. 3rd and 5, we're at the 15. We got to get across the 10 here for a first down. Again, there is no wind tonight. Because you said last week, Coach, that was actually a factor early on.
Early in the game, it was a factor, yes. As the game went along, the wind died down. It was not a factor.
3rd and 5, we got Ricky Perez here, wide right. Ethan Ferris to your left. We're going to go Ethan. And it's going to be knocked down by number 6 by Harbor. Number 6 for Harbor is going to be Ty Coffer. Going to knock that down. Going to bring up 4th and 5.
And as last week, those defensive backs for Springdale and Harbor are really setting on all the short routes. I really think any kind of double move is going to leave them in the dust. And
some kind of a pump fake, some kind of play action.
Right now, I think it would be a good time to let them bite on a short route and beat them over the top.
And then head down to the flag. Number 1, Ricky Perez going to go wide left. Ethan Ferris going to be in the slot. Number 4, Frick's going to line up as tight end with 85 Flores, the other tight end. And we're going to take our last timeout of the first half. And along with this timeout, we're going to take another commercial. And we're going to be back here in about 30 seconds, and we're going to find out what happens on 4th and 5.
You like a drug to me, a luxury, my sugar and gold. I want the good life every good night. You're a hot one to hold. 'Cause you don't even know. I can make your hands clap. Said I can make your hands clap. Somebody save your soul, 'cause you've been sinning in the city. I know too many troubles, all these lovers got you losing control. You like a drug to me, a luxury, my sugar and gold.
Fourth and 5 play here, Coach. We're at the 15. We got to get down to the 10. We're down 14-0, and we played really hard tonight. And it would be nice to come away with something here.
Yeah, it's a big play in the season. You know, sometimes a play can just set you in motion for the rest of the year. Here's an opportunity.
You got 3 going left. Jeb's going to throw over here to J.J. Webb, and he's actually going to be hit down for a loss. J.J. is going to be pulled down at around the 21, 22-yard line, and we're going to turn this over on downs, Coach.
Yep. Harbor, nice job sniffing out a screen play to J.J., which was probably a good thought by our offensive coordinator. Harbor makes a good play.
So Harbor takes over. 7:34 to go, and the defense did get some rest on that play, but you want to see them rise up here, and we have stopped them tonight, Coach. We have had some good plays.
Yeah, the thing I think defensively for Heritage to take the next step is to knock one away and knock one loose, intercept one.
Well, and Harbor has not been smooth. They have juggled the ball, and right now is a good time for a turnover, Coach. Blaze Witchen back at quarterback. He's going to play action, roll to his right, look downfield. And that deflects off of a War Eagle right into the hands of 44. So we actually got a hand on that, Coach.
Yeah, and it just, again, a very fortunate play for Harbor that fell right into the tight end's hands. We got a deflection. He still caught it.
That number 44, he's everywhere tonight. That Arrington McCray, junior tight end. Bad news, Coach, he's coming back for another year.
Yeah.
Blaze is back for Harbor, looking to go deep. He's got number 4. He's got that running back out of the backfield. Going to be tackled down here by number 5. Number 7 as well on the play. Going to be a first down for Harbor.
Tyrese Foreman in on the tackle for Heritage. Big play for Harbor, and they're moving the ball right down the field.
Yeah, Harbor, they're wanting to put the dagger in us. They can feel that we're kind of back on our heels. And, Coach, I just now see it, but we got a flag down, but I think he's calling a sideline warning over here on Harbor. So we got a sideline warning on Harbor. Coach, tell us why the sideline warning happens.
Well, it's a safety rule to keep kids off the field. It's also, the opportunity to make a mistake where somebody's standing on the sideline and he's throwing the ball, or to confuse a defender that somebody's in the game when he really isn't.
Burns gets the pitch, lowers his shoulder. He's got the first. He's got more. And the host of War Eagles pull him down inside the 20-yard line.
That's a big-time run by a big-time player. Several chances for Heritage to tackle him. He sheds them, and he's got good speed, good burst. And a host of Heritage War Eagles have to grab him to bring him down there inside the 20.
Coach, you said that number 4, Burns, that he's Division I, and you were thinking tonight that he's possibly going to be signing for a Bowling Green?
The word I might have the wrong university, but I thought it was Bowling Green.
15's back to throw. And if it's equal possession, it's going to go to Harbor. Touchdown number 2. We had number 23 down there on the play. And, Coach, tell the people who are at home watching, tell us about whenever the ball goes up and there's equal possession, why does Harbor get the call on that?
Simultaneous possession, and that's a difficult call. 2 players come down with the ball at the exact same time. I guess you would say the tie goes to the offense, and the receiver gets the reception. In this case, it's a touchdown for Harbor.
To use a baseball metaphor, if you're running to a base, tie goes to the runner.
Exactly. Same idea.
So Harbor's now at 20-0 on that play. The kicker comes in, number 84. 84, Jesus Barrasso is going to kick this, make it 21-0. So with 6:44 to go, we have played a very tough game tonight, and it's 21-0, and we've got 6:44 to go. And we're going to take the next few seconds here, and we're going to take a timeout. So a few words from our sponsor, and we're right back. (21-0) Harbor, 6:44 to go until halftime. Homecoming 2019. Josie Stitt and Gael Avalos, your homecoming court king and queen. Got a short kick coming up here, number 22, Eli Craig. He's got a small hole. He's running hard. Going to get across about the 28-yard line. 1st and 10, Coach.
Yeah, here we go. Humongous drive for Heritage. This is part of the game here right before half. You know, there's some old truths in athletics. The last few minutes of each half are the most critical. First minutes coming out of halftime. So, you know, this in a game and these next like 10 or 12 minutes of actual playtime are the most critical, I think, of the game.
Well, this is where the wheels came off last week, correct?
Yes, right here, yes.
Now, again, this is mental. If you're a coach, how do you prepare somebody mentally for the last 6 minutes after you've given up a play just like on that touchdown?
You know,
Ethan makes the catch. Nice play right there. Going to be close to a first.
you got to get your athletes thinking about playing well and not worry about who they are playing against. And their mindset has to be, we execute, and it doesn't matter who we're playing against, regardless if you're playing the Dallas Cowboys or you're playing the Winslow Squirrels. Okay, so right now we just got to execute. It doesn't matter what the score is. There's plenty enough time. We just got to play well.
2nd and short. J.J. Webb gets the ball. Going to go up the middle. Going to dig those legs, J.J.
First down.
He's going to get across the 40-yard line. 1st down.
I mean, you can take the book out of the New England Patriots in the Super Bowl a few years ago. Down 28-3, end of third period, and they go on a 7.5-minute drive. Well, it changed the complexion of that game, and ultimately they won.
You could also argue that the Atlanta Falcons became way too conservative, and they went away from their offensive
You could say that, yeah.
book, and that's what cost them the game. 1st and 10 for your War Eagles. Jeb Brown's back to pass. He's got Ethan Ferris again. Going to be a nice little 5-yard catch.
At some point here this season, I think that Jeb's got to stretch the field a little bit on a long route because those D-backs are flying up to support the run and flying up on all these short passes.
Coach, is that a confidence issue or is that a play calling issue?
I don't know if it's a play call. I think that there's enough, variety in whatever play we're running that there's got to be some kind of threat to move the ball downfield.
Jeb hands the ball off. J.J. Webb's going to run to his right, going to lower his head, going to get about 2 more yards, going to bring up 3rd and short. All right, Coach. Do you go for 4th down at midfield with 4 minutes to go in the half?
I think when you use all the information you have, that decision can be based on how you've performed on 4th down thus far this game. So
because we have no more timeouts.
Right.
You go out there in 4th down, that's it.
Yes.
Unless you take the penalty and if you punt the ball, what's 5 more yards?
Yeah.
All right, so we got 3rd and 3 here at the 47. We got to get across midfield down to the Harbor 49. And we're going to give him 5 yards, Coach.
Yes.
Coach, whenever that happens, is that on the center?
Well, you wonder a communication error because we had 3 guys move at the same time.
So somebody didn't get the call on when to snap the ball. So 3rd and 3 becomes 3rd and 8, and it becomes a little bit more difficult at our own 42 with 4:20 to go here in the first half.
Yeah, and again, it's high school sports, and that's why we love it. You know, kids get a chance, an opportunity to make a play here. That's something they'll remember a lifetime, and this might be this opportunity right here.
Jeb Brown's got 3 to his left. He's looking back to throw. He's going to throw it up deep. There's a nice catch. I think that may be Winter out there, Coach. I think that's number 9, Nick Winter, on the play. Junior wide receiver.
And outstanding, kind of a wheel route there that got Winter open. Jaquan Boyd, one of the better D-backs in the league, senior that transferred from Springdale High School to Harbor for this season, kind of got lost.
You mean in Springdale you can just transfer from one school to the other and just don't have to worry about boundary issues?
From outsider looking in, it sure seems that way.
1st and 10. Ethan Ferris takes the handoff. He's got about 3 yards. He's going to get hit hard, and that's going to bring it about 2nd and 7. 3:32 to go here in the first half. Royals want to put this in the end zone. We want to go into halftime with something to build on.
Yeah, it's a big momentum play.
Now, we got to be careful here because Jeb Brown's here on the sideline, and we have no timeouts, and the game clock is down to about 20 seconds.
Yeah, and that's kind of Coach Hookfin's system. I mean, that quarterback comes over to get the play. The new timing rules in high school, the play clock goes to 40 seconds at the end of the previous play.
It's automatic.
It's automatic. It's not, you're not waiting for the official to chop it in.
Jeb's going to go left. He's going to lower that shoulder. Tough run there by Jeb. Going to bring up 3rd and short. I like that, Jeb Brown. I like how he was not scared. He lowered that shoulder and going to bring up a very crucial 3rd and short. Harbor's going to take a timeout here, Coach.
Interesting timeout for Harbor, as if they're preserving clock for themselves. So it's a gamble.
All right, so we're going to keep it here on this 3rd and 3. And, Coach, let's talk basketball. Basketball is not too far down the road. Tell me, when's your first game, Coach?
Well, we play in a scrimmage, benefit scrimmage in Jacksonville, something we haven't ever done. We're going to play a half against Hot Springs High School, and we're going to play a half against Jacksonville High School. And it's going to be a little bit of a trip to Jacksonville on a Saturday, but I think it's a good way to kick things off against 2 really, really, really good teams.
So when we watch basketball this year, tell me what we should be looking for. Tell me some key players. I know you got this guy named Jason Kimball, some kind of tall senior guy. I think I've had him in class like the last 4 years in a row. Tell me what kind of a player he is.
Well, Jason is one of our intrinsic leaders. He's played, as we talked before about experience, he's had meaningful minutes since his sophomore year, along with Logan Kleins. And we have a really, really nice mix. I'm really guarded optimistically here because we have a nice mix of leaders. We've got kids like Kyle Ingram that have just totally transformed their game. And
is Kyle a sophomore or a junior?
He'll be a junior, and then Micah Hill is a sophomore. So we have this mix of leadership and young kids. So I'm looking forward to this season.
3rd and 3. Ethan Ferris gets the ball. He's going to run hard. He's across right down for a first down. So that timeout's going to work in our favor.
Yes, they stopped the clock for us, and now we get the clock stopped again on the timeout or on the first down.
Jeb Brown's going to take his troops. He's going to call the play here. We got 1st and 10. We're at the 28, 2:30. Now, this is the point where you're moving the ball, but because you have no more timeouts, you got to keep an eye on that clock. Yeah. Ethan gets the ball again. He bounces off to his right. Another good run for Ethan Ferris.
You got, in a new system start, new program, you got to find something that your kids can hang their hat on, that they can be confident in. The last 2 games, running the ball with J.J. Webb and Ethan Ferris, that's something you can hang your hat on.
Eli Craig comes out of the game. J.J. Webb comes back into the game. Going to line up left to Jeb Brown. To the far left, you're going to have Ricky Perez. You're going to have Nick Winter. You're going to have Ethan Ferris wind up left. Going to stretch the field. Going to be off the hands. There's the flag. We'll take it. Thank you very much. Number 9, Nick Winter. He's going to have the ball fall off his hands. And just as the ball's falling off his hands, he's going to be hit about a good 5 yards late, Coach.
Yeah, Jaquan Boyd for Harbor with a late hit. You might, if it was any later, it would have been an offside penalty.
So that's going to move us up 15 yards, Coach. Coach, they're ejecting him, Coach. Number 1's gone. They are taking him off the field. He is gone. Number 1, he's got his helmet off, and the referee is going to come over and talk to the Harbor head coach and explain to him the foul and that number 1's disqualified, and he's going back into the building.
That's a big break for Heritage. Jaquan Boyd is a very athletic cornerback, and he's been a very, very good player since his sophomore year in this league, and that brings him to the second tier out there at corner. So it's a break for Heritage.
All right, so we got 1:44 to go here. We're at the 11-yard line, and it's very crucial for us to get something on the board here. I see another flag. We're going to call this for motion here, Coach.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so self-inflicted, Coach. Self-inflicted.
Well, if you're the optimist, you're saying we're just giving ourselves a little more room to throw the ball into the end zone.
We're going to make it more dramatic, huh? Kind of like that last hole in Caddyshack where the ball's on the rim, everything's blowing up.
That's right.
And then it drops, and he yells birdie, and they all go home happy.
That's right.
All right, 1st and 15. Brown, he's going to get Ferris over here. Ferris is a busy man. He's going to drag him down to the 4. Ethan Ferris, he is just a machine, and he is running hard tonight. He's running out of the backfield. He's catching out of the backfield. And I do not have total yardage, but
we'll get that at half from one of our newspaper guys, exactly some of the stats.
All right. So we got 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3 from the 4, 1:16 to go. Take advantage of this. J.J. Webb runs hard into the pile. Maybe a yard on that, Coach. And the clock is ticking. 106, 105, 104, 103.
I think, the ball is at the 2.
Coach, you talked earlier about how this is the critical time because the wheels come off or you build the courage, you build the momentum. 45 seconds to go. We're down 21-0. 3rd and 1 from the 2. Brown's going to hang on to it. He's going to be pulled down. I don't think he got it, Coach.
No, I don't think so. He's going to be short.
He's going to be short. 31 seconds, 30 seconds. Harbor calls the timeout, Coach. Harbor calls the timeout. 4th and 1, and Harbor calls the timeout.
That's interesting call. Interesting.
Coach, you're on the field and you're calling a game. Do you give the other team time to regroup and because the clock's running?
The critic would say that Harbor has extended the drive for Heritage because they took an earlier timeout. Had they not taken that timeout,
and they've done it twice, Coach.
They've stopped the clock to give Heritage a chance here to score.
So 4th and 1, we got a very important timeout here. Now, J.J. Webb has run to the pile. Jed Brown has run to the pile. The only one that we've seen on this drive who's consistently ran hard, who's got positive, has been Ethan Ferris. Or do you run it, or do you throw it here, Coach?
I think, in big situations in games, you give it to the guy that you don't outthink yourself, I guess is what I'm getting at here. The guy that gets the ball is Ethan or J.J. Webb, even though Harbor might know they're getting it, rather than try and outthink yourself. And
well, when I watch Alabama, that's what they do. He's getting the ball. And they just say, line it up here and beat me.
Yeah. And maybe, obviously, they're in a little different situation than we are, but
Ethan Ferris is going to line up here next to Jed Brown. Stephen Flores, your tight end, is actually going to be lining up here behind the line. Ethan's going to run hard. I think he's got the first. I'm waiting for a signal, Coach. I'm waiting for a signal.
Yep, waiting for a signal.
And the clock's ticking.
Touchdown.
There it is. Touchdown, War Eagles. There it is. Coach, why is this so huge? You are building a program that is 2 and 40, whatever. Why is this so important?
Because it gives your kids a little confidence because you're playing against a really,
A little?
Well, more than a little. But it gives you some confidence against a quality opponent that you just took the ball down the field in 5 minutes and basically shoved it right down Harbor's throat and scored a touchdown.
And what a nice return, because we just had a play in the far end zone where the ball was tied up. The kick's good, going to be 21-7. But if you're just now joining us, Harbor was up 21-0. There was a play in the corner. It was a dual possession. Our defensive back really had a good place, but Harbor got the call. So the fact that we just went downfield and 80-some-odd yards
gives you some confidence.
You know, in boxing, you take one on the chin and you fall down. You get back up and you return the favor.
Exactly, and they did that right there. The constant there is they played well. They blocked well. They executed well. And when it got down to crunch time, they had a kid make Ethan Ferris, a little extra effort, gets him in the end zone. So, that's something you can hang your hat on. We know going into the second half that, hey, we can probably do this. We can probably run this system. The kids know it, and things are starting to build.
So 21 seconds to go. You want to play some good defense. You want to kick it deep. You want to play some prevent defense here. And before we go into halftime, if you're listening tonight, I want to make sure that you guys understand that the people who's making this happen is Sandy Beeson, who is our broadcasting teacher over at Heritage High School. And for the last 6-7 years, she has spent her Friday nights up here along with her students. Coach Olson and I, we get to enjoy flapping our lips. But
You're right.
But there are students up here with us, and their class is bringing the game on video. They're the ones who's making sure that you get to enjoy this in the comfort of your own house. So if you get a chance, email Miss Beeson, tell her thank you, tell her students thank you, because without them, this would not be possible. Number 3 for Harbor. He's got some blocks here, Coach. Don't let him go. Don't let him go. Wrap him up. That's not what you wanted, Coach.
That's Liam Taylor, and Liam's listed at 5'7" and 130 pounds. And you don't play in the 7A West at 5'7" and 130 unless you got some jets.
And
he's
showed
got them.
He showed it.
And he's got them.
Well, the bad thing is that, they're now almost at midfield. The good news is they've only got 16 seconds. So Coach, you are the defensive coach. What do you do here?
Well, the first thing you got to take away is some kind of deep route here to Hunter Woods. So you got to make sure that doesn't beat you. They've got their –
because they got 2 and number 4 down here going deep, and I got a flag on the play.
Offsides.
I think it's going to be on us, Coach.
Offsides, here it is.
We just gave him 5 more yards. All right, now, in high school football, Coach, pass interference. It's not a spot. It's not a spot foul,
15
is it?
yards, right. So, so run into him before he catches it if you can.
And that sounds cheap, and yes, it does extend the game, but if you're beat –
well, they don't put the time back on the clock.
They do not. See, I just learned something.
Right. So the penalty doesn't go back to 15 seconds on them. It goes back to wherever.
Because college and pro, the half cannot end on a defensive, but that's not.
Yep.
All right.
Right.
I learned something new. So Harbor, 1st and 5, although that doesn't matter because they're going to be chunking this thing in the end zone.
You got to hope that one of our defensive linemen can make it hard on the quarterback here.
And if you're just joining us, it has been a hard-fought first half, 21-7 Harbor. And
offsides on Heritage again.
Okay, we got to stop doing this. Coach, these are all these self-inflicted injuries that we talked about way back in the first quarter. You've just given them 10 yards, and not a single second has even.
And I think we're talking about lining up offsides. Because I'm not seeing any movement there.
So it's a matter of where we're lining up.
Yeah, I think one of those two was a lineup.
So we've just given Harbor 10 more yards here, and he's going to put it up. He's got number 4. Wrap him up, wrap him up, wrap him up. Don't let him go. There's a nice play. I don't know who that masked man was. I think that was number 6. Harbor's going to take a timeout. That was Carter Talley on the play who came up and leveled that Harbor receiver on that play. Going to make that 1st and 10. But, again, that doesn't matter because we've got 7 seconds to go. They're at the Heritage 33-yard line.
They're not going to get another play here because they're out of timeouts.
Correct. So no matter what, this is the last play.
This play is in the end zone of some sort.
So, Coach, do you line up in the end zone? Do you line up at the 5? Because the fear is if you put too many guys back at the goal line or the 5, they just dump it to that number 4, and he just runs over you.
Yeah, and I think the alignment here offensively, will kind of show you, will kind of tip the hat of what they're trying to do here. I mean, if they've got 5 wide receivers in here, they're actually going to run down and try and throw it in the end zone.
All right, so as Coach Olson has mentioned.
So here we go, five wide here. So right now, technically, Heritage could bring one more than they could block, and you might not give them time to throw the ball.
7 seconds on the clock. It's going to run when the ball snaps. He's going to look up. He throws it downfield. Knock it down. Incomplete. Half is over. Nice job, War Eagles. Nice job, War Eagles. So, Coach, summarize the first 2 quarters. It's 21-7, but tell me what's really happening.
Well, I think if you're Heritage, you have to go in there and say, you know, they are giving us some breaks we got to take advantage of. Say Harbor, a lot of costly holding penalties, a couple personal foul penalties that they could have. I mean, obviously they're going to talk about those things. Heritage has moved the ball down in the end, close to the end zone and had a chance to score more than one than we already have. So,
all right, well,
first drive out of the half.
Absolutely. Well, I'm hoping you've enjoyed the first half as much as we have. And before we go to halftime and we listen to the bands play, Coach, I'm going to have you take off your headset, and I'm going to talk to this young man right here in the back. Come on up here. Come on up here. If you're listening tonight, I want you to meet some of the fine young men and women who's bringing you the game tonight, and we're going to put the headset on you. There we go. Say something.
What's up, guys?
There you go. So tell me, what is your name, young man?
I'm Hunter Wilson.
Hunter Wilson. Well, you're a sophomore, junior, senior. What are you?
I'm a sophomore at Heritage.
You're a sophomore, and you're in Miss Beeston's broadcasting class, correct?
Yes.
All right. So I'm not going to name the school, Haas Hall, but you were at another school in town, and you decided that was not for you. They now do not name the name Haas Hall. Okay. But it's important that I want you to tell the people who are listening, because we have a huge audience that they're just out there everywhere. Tell them why you chose Heritage.
Mostly because it's just a cool school. Like, even though we don't win usually, sometimes maybe, it's still fun to go to the games and enjoy them. And at Haas Hall, we don't really.
Do not say the name Haas Hall.
Okay. Sorry. It's just habit.
Tell me what our school offers that the other school did not offer that made your mind up that you wanted to come to Heritage.
So Heritage offers a lot more sports than my old school.
Really?
Yes.
Did your old school even have any sports?
We had
Quidditch,
bats,
polo.
We had basketball.
Underwater
about it.
You had underwater basket weaving?
No, basketball.
Oh, basketball. I'm sorry. You're happy at Heritage, correct?
Yes.
You're happy to be here, and we're happy to have you here. Now, tell me about what you want to do in the future.
So what I'm going to do with my future is I'm going to, after I graduate high school, I'm going to go to trade school and become an electrician.
Sounds shocking. You're not. You got to laugh. Okay. Anyway. All right, so tell me, what are your favorite classes at Heritage?
Oh, definitely the broadcast class.
All right.
My math class.
All right.
And sometimes my science.
So you have no reservations. You've made the right decision. Heritage High School is the place to be. So if there's a 7th grader out there and an 8th grader, maybe even an elementary school kid, what would you tell them about coming to Heritage?
Do it. It's a good idea.
All right. Thank you very much. I've got one more student here. Come on over. I've got one more because I think it is just so important that we understand that it's not just me up here yelling and screaming. We have other people. So, young lady, tell the listening audience, what is your name?
Madison Hyatt.
Miss Hyatt. So, Miss Hyatt, are we senior, junior, sophomore? What are we?
I'm a senior.
You're a senior. Okay. I'm assuming you're in the broadcasting class?
Yes.
Okay. So tell me, why do you enjoy all the different classes over at Heritage High School?
I've enjoyed Heritage because I went to New Tech my freshman year, and they didn't offer broadcasting.
So you went to another school
Yeah.
and decided that Heritage was the best choice for you because another school didn't offer a program?
Yes.
Wow. So we've got two people in the booth tonight that decided that of all the schools offered in Rogers that we're the best place to go. Well, Miss Hyatt, we're glad to have you. Now, let me ask you, 5-10 years down the road, what you want to be doing with your life?
Well, I'm going to go to college, probably major in psychology and
Psychology. Okay.
and minor in film.
Minor in film. So you want to make movies that mess with people's minds?
Pretty much, yeah.
Pretty much. All right. Just like the previous question, 8th grader, 7th grader, kid in kindergarten, mom and dad are listening. What would you tell mom and dad why they got to come to Heritage?
It's a great school. There's a lot of school spirit, and even though people talk bad on it, it's not bad.
People
It's a
talk
great
bad about us. Who talks bad about us?
Just kids who don't have any school spirit.
I love that answer. You're so fantastic. Well, Miss Hyatt, it is an honor to be in here with the booth with you tonight. And tell the group who's listening, what do you do in the booth?
I'm the one that runs the mainstream.
And I have no clue what that means. Tell me, what is the stream?
The stream is pretty much where they can watch it on the Mascot Media app and YouTube.
So without you, no one watches this.
Yeah.
I rest my case. Miss Hyatt, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Do a fantastic job. And again, ladies and gentlemen, we just take for granted the young boys and girls that, work so hard for us. And we also take for granted what a fantastic school Heritage High School is. And we're going to now take a break here because we've got festivities on the field. And I'm going to shut up and I'm going to be quiet, which is rare in my life. And the band's going to come out here in a few minutes. So enjoy halftime, and we're back in about 14 minutes.
Give a round of applause for your king and queen. You may now step up.
Ladies and gentlemen, give a big round of applause for your 2019 homecoming cohort.
Enjoy the rest of the game and be sure to head to the dance afterwards in the school cafeteria.
Doors are open at 9 p.m. Tickets will still be on sale for $10 at the door.
Thank you to everyone who took part in helping today go smoothly. Hope to see you students at the dance.
OMG! Who is excited to be a War Eagle? Yeah, baby! It's homecoming time, that's right! We have come home, just like the Wildcats have come home to roost, right? Because we're going to beat them. We're going to fire up the Wildcats. Here we go! It's now time for your halftime entertainment. The pride of Heritage! The Heritage High School Marching Band! It's gonna be good night. Oh, they got a lot going for it. The band is under the direction of Kerry Wesson, Jonathan Turner, and Kevin Hugh. Drum majors are Juan Ramos, Daniel Terrell, and Hannah Sturgeon. The band's competition field show theme this year is Fairy Tale Wonderland. George Torres on euphonium, Antonio Taketan on the trumpets, Juan Ramos on the violin, Shem Harrison on the marimba, Murphy Hernandez on the horn, and Brandon Hollowell on soprano sax. Drum majors, is your band ready? We are so pumped to see the Pride of Heritage. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy!
What? They did.
I forgot. They can't start until we give them a Kickoff! Here we go, everybody. 1, 2, 3. Much better. chic. Thank you, Pride of Heritage. You change the world one halftime performance at a time. Now, let's give them on their send-off one big cacao. 1, 2, 3. Cacao! Enjoy the second half as we roast those Wildcats and eat them for dinner. Catbird.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the scoreboard for an announcement from Tyson Foods.
Try the 3 and 3 meal at Slim Chickens. 3 hand-breaded chicken tenders paired with 3 perfectly fried wings, shaken in your choice of house flavors. Served with fries, Texas toast, and a medium drink. Slim Chickens. Fresh, delicious chicken.
You like a drug to me, a luxury, my sugar and gold. I want the good life every good night. You're a hot one to hold. 'Cause you don't even know. I can make your hands clap. Said I can make your hands clap. Somebody save your soul 'cause you've been sinning in the city. I know too many troubles. All these lovers got you losing control. You like a drug to me, a luxury, my sugar and gold.
Welcome back. I hope you guys enjoyed halftime. The game was fantastic. We saw the halftime festivities. And Coach, we got a ball game. It's 21-7 because this time last week, for all intents and purposes, the game was over.
Yeah, it's nice to see Heritage stick one in the end zone there right before half. And, you know, the way Harper's playing here, they're going to give you some chances. They haven't played a very disciplined game. They've had some silly penalties, and they've been bouncing the ball around and just been lucky the ball's been bouncing their way. So we're going to kick it off here. Maybe we can get a stop right off the bat, and from that point on, anything could happen.
Coach, as we're starting the second half, I want to talk a little bit about this commitment, this newfound commitment that the district is placing towards athletics, because I've talked to a lot of colleagues and coaches and administrators, and they said that Dr. Berry and the school board has made the decision that athletics is going to be a #1 priority. Tell me, as a coach, what that looks like from your end. How have things changed just in the last couple of years?
Well, you get a little bit, I want to say, heard. A simple example is just the way we schedule our JV and sophomore players and our varsity players in athletic periods. The way we travel, the facilities and the new facilities that are coming on board. It makes you feel good to be a coach in the Rogers School District here, because you feel like you're pretty well supported.
Brandon Baxley kicks this deep. Number 3 is going to catch it about the 1-yard line. He's going to dance, but he's going to be tackled well short of that 20-yard line. So, Coach, if you wanted to, get a good start the second half, Harbor's going to have the ball at about their 18.
Yes, very, very well done. Very well covered kick, very well executed, and long field for Harbor. And that's what you want as a defensive, coach here looking at, and gives you some opportunity. And for Harbor, it kind of limits your playbook. You can't make a mistake inside the 20. So some of this is going to be pretty vanilla, not risking a turnover.
All right, so Harbor takes over. We've just started the second half, 11:50 to go. Harbor's up 21-7. Going to hand the ball off that big running back, and he's going to be taken down. I'm looking for a number. That's going to be number 14 for Heritage. That's going to be Cooper Bowman, junior defensive back's going to come up there and then take a pop. And we're going to get a flag. I think I saw some people jawing at each other, Coach.
Yeah, and
I don't know if we're going to.
They're looking our way.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to keep my mouth shut, but I think that is going to be on us. And sportsmanlike, yeah, you can't do that. We self-inflicted injuries. You make a fantastic play on a D1 running back, you're going to make it be second and about 6 or 7, and then
ball's at midfield. And
now you shoot your mouth off and you get 15 yards.
And, just to be real, we're not in a situation where we can overcome a lot of mistakes.
You can't afford that. You're playing a really good team. They got seniors. They got D1 players. You can't do stuff like that. So the quarterback's going to look left. He's got number 2. He's got that Hunter Wood. Hunter Wood's got a first down. He's got more. He's going to get wrapped up. I see 18. I see 7. I see 14 over there. Number 18 for us is Dylan Glazer over there. Senior linebacker is going to pull him out of bounds. But that's a pretty big run, and you don't want them to get the momentum, Coach.
Yeah, and we have an injury on the field.
Is that a War Eagle down, Coach?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, I tell you what, during this timeout, we're going to go to our commercials and let the people that brought the game to us tonight get a few words, and then we'll come back and find out the condition of this player. So we're back in about 30 seconds to a minute.
Try the 3-and-3 meal at Slim Chickens. 3 hand-breaded chicken tenders paired with 3 perfectly fried wings, shaken in your choice of house flavors. Served with fries, Texas toast, and a medium drink. Slim Chickens. Fresh, delicious chicken.
I do know him, yeah.
Okay, so that's not a surprise.
Yeah.
And we're back. And number 18.
Dylan Glazier.
He's going to come out of the game. Hopefully he just got the air knocked out of him. He's going to be back in the game, we hope. He's one of our few seniors that we have out there. We can't afford to lose a senior out there. So Harbor's going to set up here, 1st and 10 from the War Eagle 31, scores 21-7. You want to do something here because they've got the momentum. You've given them 15 yards on a personal foul. Then Hunter Wood goes long for a run. And the quarterback's back to throw again. And I haven't seen a call yet. I'm looking for a catch.
That's an awful call. Awful.
Well,
the ball skipped into his.
Well,
and nobody makes a call.
Well, and this, the lineman closest to us, standing at about the 16, he stared right at it, and you're looking quickly for some kind of a signal, and I never saw one.
Yeah, that was another piece of good fortune there. That ball skipped in. That would have.
So Harbor, 1st and 10. He's going to throw it out there to that Hunter Wood. He's going to roll off a tackle, and he's going to fight his way, and there's going to be a touchdown here for Harbor. And we got to be careful. We got some more boys over there talking trash, and we got to make sure we don't have anybody kicked out of a game. Because tell me, Coach, if you get kicked out of a game, are you out the next game as well?
Well, you are in basketball. I'm going to answer as a basketball question. If you get kicked out of a game, you're suspended for the next one. In football, I don't know if you qualify that or it's not. If it's a unsportsmanlike penalty, fighting or whatever, I'm not sure. But in basketball, yes, you're out for the next one.
Well, Harbor has taken the ball down. They made a couple of big plays. And they're going to go up here 27-7, attempting to make the kick. I think Harbor's going to move on this play, Coach.
We got offsides on us. Again, I don't know if I saw any movement. It looks like we just might be lining up offsides.
So, Coach, if we're just, again, self-inflicted, and this is just basic stuff that you have to fix during the week.
Yeah, you'd hope. But it's also a characteristic of a young team.
Well, and again, we've gone through the roster, and you got junior, sophomore, junior. And so we have a lot of young kids out there.
And then couple the fact with the new system, not all of them are young, even if they are seniors.
So that's going to make it 28-7, Coach, and we've got 10:42 to go. So, again, if you're Heritage, you kind of let them off the hook, and that sportsmanlike penalty really kind of set that up for them because, they had second and long, and then we gave them 1st and 10 from almost midfield.
Yes. And we're not in a position to, like we said, to overcome a lot of mistakes. I mean, when you have a talented, experienced team, you can overcome mistakes. We're not there yet.
Coach, earlier we were talking about the new facilities. Tell us some things going on at Heritage that we're going to see go up in the next year that we do not have on campus.
Well, right now, your first look is going to be at a new softball and baseball complex that sits just west of where we're sitting right now. And construction will start on that any day now. Along with that, a multi-purpose facility that's going to basically wrap the auxiliary and main gym at Heritage High School that will –
Ethan Ferris, get that ball, young man. Get that ball. I think Ethan got it back.
Ethan did get it back at the 20.
Coach, continue on. Tell us about this new facility that we're going to see on campus.
A new facility. I was, blessed and fortunate enough to kind of sit in on the meetings when we were drawing up plans, and it's going to have a track around the upper tier. It's going to add another basketball, volleyball facility. It's going to add another weight room. It's going to add a multiple or mega space for sports medicine, including a classroom and some therapy areas. There's going to be a wrestling room along with that in that new facility.
I want to talk about the sports medical program after this play. We got Jeb Brown on the field. He's got J.J. Webb to his left, 28-7. Harbor's just scored, and we're looking to, on the board here, we're going to go deep, and I think that's going to be a catch by Harbor. I think we're going to see an interception.
Number 5, Cole Bowman, a senior defensive back, just made an outstanding play, a one-handed catch. No doubt about it. Caught it, brought it in.
I think Harbor's going to get penalized here for excessive celebration on their sideline. Saw a flag go across the field, and I think they were a little bit excessive over there, and they may get about 15 yards, Coach.
It looks that way.
So we talked earlier about that you get knocked down. You don't want the wheels to come off. We played really strong at the end of that second quarter. We punched it in the end zone. We were down 21-7. But you mentioned earlier that the two critical times is going into halftime and
coming out.
That's
so, right.
So there's two phases.
Exactly.
And this is the next phase that
yes,
it looks like maybe we're not just there yet.
Yes, and in football, one team will start the half with the ball. If you're the team that ends the half with the ball and gets it in the second half, that's two possessions in a row without a turnover. That's big time. And if you're not that team, you want to get a stop because you don't want them to score on two consecutive passes.
Blaze Witchin goes back to throw. He's got that big 44 across the middle. War Eagle's going to pull him down, and he's going to get a big gain down to about that 28-yard line. Harbor, they're in position again with 10:24 to go here in the third quarter, Coach.
Schaefer Dunnigan there from his linebacker position makes the tackle after a big gain for McCray. He's a load. He's a prospect, to say the least.
So Harbor, they've got the senior quarterback, they got the senior running back, they got the senior receiver, they got the junior tight end who I can't believe 237 can run like that. And the Harbor QB looks back to throw again. He's looking deep. He's got plenty of time. He's going to take off and run. Do not hit him. There you go. We pulled up on that. Sometimes you see that defensive back just can't let up, and so you saw some good discipline on that.
Yes, very, very good, and a good job by our defensive backfield. Whitson didn't have a place to throw the ball. I want to kind of a shout-out to the Harbor offensive line because they have done an outstanding job keeping him clean all game long. I don't think we've got to him yet, although there's been a few holding penalties.
Coach, have we seen a flag? Yeah, okay, I see a flag. I just now see us down back at the 1 yard line, although the referee is picking it up. So
he waved it off.
All right, so we got 2nd and 6 coming up. Harbor's at about the 25. They've got to get down across the 19 for a first down. We're under 10 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Harbor's up 28-7. And I will tell you that these young men have played really hard tonight, although the score may not show it. And the quarterback's going to look back again. He's looking for a screenplay to that number 4, the running back. He's got the first. He's got more. He's got a convoy. And I do not see a flag down anywhere, and they're going to stroll right in the end zone, Coach.
Yeah, a beautiful play call there with a nice screen, and they got their big hosses out in front of it. Jay Burns, the defensive back.
All right, we got some action over there. Coach, some of our young men are kind of coming unglued, and somebody may need to go into the locker room and take a shower before they do something stupid, Coach.
Yeah.
Our announcer called that some extracurricular activity on the field, and that's probably a good way to describe it. And I think the referee is going to escort one of our ball players off the field, and Coach Hookfin's out there, and he's going to walk him off. And you know, you're a young man, and you're on this field all the time. You're here in the summer. You're here in the spring. You basically live on this place. You are lifting weights. You're looking at film. You're learning a program. And you invest everything you have. And then you have moments where the wheels come off and you just want to take it out on somebody. And
you know, it's such a fine line, and it might be an unreal expectation for our kids that play. Because, you know, we ask them, we expect them to play with their whole heart, to be competitive. Yet on the flip side, then we ask them never to go over the line. And unfortunately, sometimes a kid will carry that with him his whole life. And we just ask them to be competitive. I think it's a situation there. Both teams are drawing against each other. And some tempers flare, a little frustration. And
well, Coach,
looks like Griffin Brown's night is over.
Well, Coach, describe the adrenaline rush, because you are a former player. You played in high school. You played some college. Tell us about that adrenaline rush when you're on the court, and sometimes the adrenaline takes over and the brain does not.
Exactly. I mean, you know, you almost get into a habit mode of the intensity and just the passion you play with. And then again, to try and hold your composure in a game like football, sometimes can be really, really hard. And especially when it's 34-7, and you gave up a touchdown, and something might have been said after the touchdown, and there you go, the wheels come off.
And the wheels come off. Well, it looks like Harbor's going to be flagged for the personal foul on this, and they're going to kick this PAT from about 15 yards deeper. They're going to have to kick this thing. It looks like they're going to spot the ball at about the 18, I believe, Coach.
35-yard extra point try.
Still not a whole lot of wind, 34-7. Personal foul. Yes, unfortunately, we've been ejected, and I believe they're going to say Harbor's been ejected as well, I believe. Maybe not. I'm looking here at the referee talking to the head coach.
Oh, the white hat tonight is Lyndon Polk, and Lyndon is a longtime official in both basketball and football, and a very experienced guy, been in a lot of big games as official both in football and basketball.
So he's no novice.
Yeah, this is an experienced referee.
He just didn't walk out of ref school last week.
Exactly. So
he knows what he's doing.
He's one of the good guys in that profession, and he's going to get it right, and it's going to be a fair playing field for both teams. And knowing Lyndon, he doesn't like this. And this is one of those things in his profession he doesn't really enjoy.
So I believe Griffin Brown, you're correct. He's been ejected. And the sideline warning looks
So
like they were
the penalties are going to offset.
There you go. There you go. And because of that, they're going to kick this thing from the 3. But I think they may be going. Nope, my bad. I see the T out there. So after all is said and done, the score is 34-7. Coach, if we lined up in the neutral zone again.
Illegal motion by Harbor.
Okay, all right.
I'll go on a limb here and say that both of these teams need to get to the practice field and need to learn how to quit making penalties. This has been a laundry full of game, from personal foul penalties
Coach,
to holding.
we have another almost 2 full quarters. We're just now under 10 minutes. So the kicker for Harbor's out there, number 84, Jesus Barros. He's going to kick this. It's going to be good. Going to make it 35-7. So, Coach, as we're sitting here, you were talking earlier, and I wanted to, because before halftime, I was talking to some of our young students in the room about some of the fantastic things that we offer at Heritage High School that other schools in town do not offer, like Haas Hall. And you mentioned we have a sports medical program that we're going to start offering at Heritage that schools like Haas Hall do not offer. Tell us about that.
Well, I think it was kind of a vision of Mr. Davis, our principal, to offer something at Heritage High School that not a lot of high schools offer, and that is a sports medicine class.
So I'm a high school freshman, a high school sophomore, and I like medicine, I like sports, but I'm not going to play on the field.
Outstanding opportunity to be involved with athletics in an area that is much needed. For example, at Heritage High School, we have Mark Haynes and a couple assistants that cover Lingle athletics, Oakdale athletics, freshman athletics. So basically 3 people that cover our entire athletes, which is close to maybe 800 to 900 different student athletes if you look through our middle schools and everywhere else. So, yeah, so to have a sports medicine program.
He's going to kick this short. You got to cover that ball. That ball's live. And I think it's going to bounce out of bounds, Coach.
And you know what that means? Another flag. No.
Did we cover it?
We must have touched it before it went out of bounds.
Okay, all right. So we're going to take over 21-yard line with 9:52 to go. Harbor has scored twice in the first, 2 minutes of the third quarter?
Yes.
And they've now stamped their lead now 35-7. Jed Brown comes out here to quarterback. And we're going to see how we can line up and how we take the shots and if we can move this thing down the field. Ethan Ferris is going to come across in motion. Not a whole lot there. They're going to snuff him out. No gain for Ethan Ferris. Going to make a 2nd and 10 for own 21-yard line. Coach, tell me about how many programs in Northwest Arkansas offer a sports medicine program at the high school.
I don't know of any. I'm
so
sure
you're telling me Fayetteville probably does not?
Probably not like
not that
what
you're aware of.
What we're hoping to offer, no.
So if I'm a young man, I'm in middle school, or maybe I'm even a parent, and I'm thinking, where do I want to send my kid? That might be a good reason to come to Heritage. Jed Brown off the fingertips. That's going to fall to the ground incomplete. Number 24 for Harbor. That's going to bounce through his hands. Matt Wright.
Matt Wright had a real opportunity there for an interception. It's a tough play. He's diving. And, it's hard to dive and get your arms under the ball. You're trying to protect yourself. Made a nice play there. Made nice effort.
Now, this is 3rd and 9. And we're getting to a point here where you want to move the ball, you want to get some first downs, you want to get momentum, but you also want to keep your defense off the field. You want to give them time to rest because they've been on the field quite a bit the first 3 minutes of the third quarter. Jed Brown back to throw. He's going to roll out of the pocket. He's still running, going to be taken down for about a 2-yard loss, going to bring up about 4th and 11, and we're going to have to punt.
there was a host of Harbor defensive linemen there in on that tackle. It looked like a little bit of a bootleg misdirection and didn't fool the Harbor defensive line.
So, Coach, tell me, after tonight, Heritage, where do we go next week? Do we go to Fayetteville, I think? Or maybe Bentonville?
No, oddly enough, the conference schedule is the same for everybody at Heritage as far as the order of play. So in a second, I'll tell you.
The punt's going to take a good bounce right into the hands of number 2. Number 3 for Blues going to come in there and make a big hit. Number 3, Garrett Murdoch, junior linebacker, comes in, makes the wrap.
We're at Bentonville next Friday night, followed by home versus Van Buren the following Friday.
So playing in the 7A, it doesn't get any easier. I mean, every Friday night, you're playing the best in Arkansas.
Yeah.
So if I was to ask you, the next 5 weeks, when does it let up? The answer is
it doesn't.
It doesn't.
And some more flags on the play.
I'm looking to see where this is going to put us. So your head official, he's having a long night writing into his little book. Coach, how many personal fouls can you accrue before you're ejected?
You know, and that's a great question because, you know, in basketball, you get 5 and you're out. And I always thought that was grossly unfair because no other sport really does that. I think it gets to a point where you're just ejected. If you're a player in the NFL and get multiple ones, you might lose an entire season.
I'm looking here. I'm trying to see if Harbor has a new quarterback on the field. Nope. 15 is still out there. He's going to go deep. Get back there on defense. There you go. Nice play. Nice job. Number 6 for Heritage. Number 6, Carter Talley back there, junior defensive end. And if you're listening, after every time I call a name, it's junior, 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 junior.
I'm going to correct you there. It was Tyrese Foreman,
Oh,
number
was
5.
it? Oh, excuse me. Okay.
That would have been a heck of a play by a defensive end.
But he is a junior. Junior. Coach, I'm 47. How old are you?
I'm knocking on the door of 50.
So how are those eyes?
Not very good. You can see my glasses.
So Harper's going to hand the ball off to that Division I running back, number 4, and he's going to be hit pretty hard. He's going to get a very modest gain, going to bring up about 3rd and 8.
That brings brought down by junior defensive back, outside linebacker Cooper Bowman. Nice play there.
I want you to know that one of our mutual friends, Coach Kyle Moix, has made a comment that your basketball office, you have just tons of readers throughout the office.
Yeah, and, you know, the funny thing about it is most of them only have one leg. But I don't have the heart to throw them away because I never know when I might need them.
So we got 3rd and 7 at the 47. Harper's got to get across the Heritage 46. There's the throw. There's that 44 again. He's a huge target, and he's up running. We're having a hard time bringing him down. I think I saw number 5 and 7 finally jump on his back and pull him down after they put a small saddle in there for a couple of yards.
Yeah, he is a tremendously big target, athletic kid, and runs so well for such a big player.
Now, we talked earlier about this, and after this play, I'm going to have you talk more about it, but you said earlier that there was a player who was at Springdale, now at Harbor, and number 4 is going to get the ball, going to run left, going to get about 7-8 yards, going to bring it about 2nd and short. Tell me about what it looks like in Springdale, but if you're in Rogers and you live on one side of town and you are a Mountie or you're a War Eagle, can you just move to the next school and play for the next year? Tell us about those limitations.
By a AAA rule or a Rogers policy, you have to make a bona fide move, which means
what is a bona fide move, Coach?
Means you physically take up residence in another district. The Springdale policy for moving or choosing a high school is a little bit unique in that off the record or unofficially, one might change schools for non-athletic reasons because they want to be in a different academy, which makes things a little bit unique from our preparation standpoint because a lot of times in Springdale, we're not sure where they're going to be from one year to the next. And it's obvious the transfers that went from Harbor to Springdale last year in football. There are 2 basketball players that went from Springdale to Harbor that are going to play there this year.
So if
things
AAA, so Coach, if AAA has rules, how can Springdale get around the rules? How can they skirt it?
That's a great question. I don't know.
You know?
We just, we play whoever steps out there, and we, several years ago I made up my mind I wasn't going to worry about it because I couldn't do anything about it anyway. So when they suit up, we go out and play, and we'll let the other people. And
that's all you can do.
Yeah, we'll let the other people worry about that.
Second and third from the War Eagle 25, 6:49 to go here in the third quarter. 35-7 Harbor. Number 15 is going to throw it deep on the left-hand side. Ball is up, and I think that's a pretty amazing catch right there by number 2. Number 2 for Harbor. There's that name again, Coach. There's that Hunter Wood, and that's just another catch where he was actually, Coach, it looked like he was vertical.
Yeah, and Schaefer Dunnigan
and how do you defend that? Other than breaking body parts, how do you defend that?
He has an advantage because he's got some length, 6'2". He's got some size, 185 pounds over our defensive backs over there. He runs really, really well, and he's got great hands. He's a great player, and he's showing it tonight.
Coach, it's 41-7. I did see a flag on the play, but the way this game is going, you don't know if that just fell out by accident or what. You're not sure what's going on.
Just by habit, it might have.
Coach, why is this extra point significant? It's 41-7. If they make this true, why is this significant for the rest of our game?
This will be a turbo clock or a mercy clock here at 35 points.
And the kick is up, and it is good. So explain to our audience who may not know. Tell them what the mercy clock basically means for us.
The clock's going to run continuous regardless of a ball going out of bounds or an incomplete pass. You might see the referee stop the clock on a change of possession after a touchdown or something like that. But the clock's going to run continuous now until the game is over, which is a debatable. There's some arguments why it's good and there's some arguments why it's bad.
Coach, why is it bad?
It's bad because it makes the game as if it's the only thing that matters. When you're building a program, you want as many chances for your kids to play.
You want reps.
Right.
Because and by the way, if you do not know, we've got a 9th grade team that's 4-2, I believe, Coach.
Yes, sir.
And they beat the Mounties. They've beaten, I believe, a Springdale Southwest club. I think they beat a Siloam Springs team.
Yeah.
And so you've got a 9th grade team that has quality, and they move up next year as sophomores. And by the way, do you start a lot of sophomores?
If you wanted to look at our career, we probably start.
And Harbor is going to kick this thing. I'm not exactly sure why, but
they got the penalty, the unsportsmanlike penalty, which allowed them to kick the ball from 40 to 45. The Heritage 45. So an onside kick there, it is kind of a play because you have an opportunity. Why you're up 42-7 and you're onside kicking, I think is questionable.
So we're going to take over at about that 39. Coach, go back and let's talk again because those 9th graders come up next year as sophomores. Hypothetically, you're in a game like this, you get to a point where you want to plug in those sophomores.
Well, right.
You want to give a chance to to run the ball, to block somebody.
Yes.
But you can't do that if the clock's running and
you shorten the game by, I'm going to just make an estimate, by 20%. Well, if you're in a rebuild mode, and I'm going to use our basketball program as an example, 11 years ago, when we didn't have any seniors by design, we took away 20% of our season. And looking back, it's obvious we're not a state tournament team. We're just trying to get our feet wet and get used to varsity athletics and everything else. We're playing a bunch of sophomores and juniors who lose the equivalent of 5 games over a season, possibly, if you got mercy ruled that many times. So I don't like it very much. I think it makes the game feel like it's all or nothing, and really, it's the journey, it's the season that matters. And yeah, games are important, but it's just a small part of the entire year.
J.J. Webb runs that ball for a 6-yard gain, going to make it 2nd and 4 at our 45. 5:38 to go. We're in the third quarter. Ethan Ferris takes the ball. Is going to sweep around the left-hand side. He's going to fight his way. I think he may have a first down, Coach.
He's going to be awful close there.
He's going to be close. He's stretching for a first.
they're saying 3rd and short.
Man, that's short. I thought Ethan had it. I thought he fell across. It's going to bring up 3rd and short, and I would probably say no matter what, this is probably going to be 4th down territory.
Yeah, I think so here, right at midfield. What do you got to lose?
So you got 3rd and short. You're at the 48. Got to get across the 49 for a 1st down. Steven Flores in the backfield. He's in front of Jed Brown. J.J. Webb to his left. J.J. takes the ball, going to follow the lead. He's going to lose a yard, Coach. But I see a flag down.
Another penalty.
Harbor's starting to sub some guys. Some of their big guys are coming out, and they're going to start playing some of their second team, it looks like, Coach.
Might be a face mask on Harbor.
Good call, Coach. Okay, Coach, when did face mask go from 15 to 5?
Well, if you grasp a face mask and tackle him by the face mask, it's going to be a 15-yard penalty. If you grab it and let go, it's just a 5-yard penalty. But that's a high school rule.
You can still do some damage if I just grab it and let
And
go.
I think that's why the NCAA and the NFL rules are as such. If you grab a hold of the face mask, it's 15 yards.
But what's ironic is that college football did not adopt a horse collar tackle until just recently, correct?
Yes.
And that's just as damaging as any kind of face mask. Jed Brown's going to throw the ball in and out of the hands of Ethan Ferris, going to bring up 2nd and 10 from the 48. Coach, is there a running clock in high school basketball?
Yes, there is. 30 points in the start of the 4th quarter.
All right, so we got board says 1st and 10. That's not correct. It's going to be 2nd and 10. 3:57 to go. Clock is running. Harbor's up 42-7. Jed Brown calling the play. Is Ethan Ferris going to go in motion? Ethan Ferris is going to run this, and the Harbor defense has seen this before, and he's going to be pushed back for about a 3-yard loss, Coach. Going to bring up a 3rd and long, almost at midfield. Coach, tell me about the new scoreboard in our stadium.
Yes, we have a new video board, a new scoreboard system in the Heritage War Eagle Arena.
So what's going to make this thing cool?
Well, it's got the capability of showing live video. The scoreboard itself is right on the video board. So, and it seems really, really complicated, but in short, it's just a large computer screen.
3rd and 12. Jed Brown's going to go back, throw it long. He's got Ricky Perez, but he's going to overthrow his receiver. He had Ethan Ferris running down the left-hand side, but he was looking for Ricky and going to overthrow, and that's going to bring up 4th.
Some scores to pass along to you. The Fayetteville Bulldogs up 47-0 over the Rogers Mountaineers. Bentonville 41-7 over Van Buren.
Now, to make some context, Coach, last week, what was the Van Buren-Rogers score?
Last I heard it was 42-7.
And this week, Van Buren is losing to Bentonville by 41-7.
Yep.
So, is Rogers still our last game of the year, Coach?
Yes. Yes.
Do we host it, or we have to drive across town? Do you know?
We're
we are the visitors. Okay, thank you. So we're going to punt this on 4th and long. Number 2 is going to let it roll. It's going to be a good bounce for Harbor. Going to bounce all the way back to about the 21. Number 43 for Heritage, the kicker on that, Jonathan Trujillo. He's going to get that ball down to about that 20. So we got 2 minutes to go.
And here's one of those judgment calls by our officiating crew where they stop the clock on the change of possession, even though it is in a mercy clock situation.
So Harbor takes over.
I'm sure here we'll start the clock when things are set.
Harbor's got some new players on offense. It looks like they've got number 18 out there, but of course I'm not sure. Ball's going to be thrown down here to the receiver. Oh, don't jump in there late. Number 86 for Harbor is going to catch that, and he's going to get a pretty good gain, going to make it about 2nd and short. Peyton McKee makes the catch on that, going to bring up 2nd and short. 1:30 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Harbor's up 42-7. Ball Ball's going to be handed off to number 27. He's got the first down. He's got a few more.
That's Isaac Kramer on the carry, 5'10" junior.
So, Coach, you're in this situation where the ball game is there's no question what the score is going to be. What do you do in the next quarter?
Well, there's a lot of different philosophies. I mean, if you're going into this game and you're Coach Hookfin, you just want to get better at what you do. And he's a new coach, new program, new system, hasn't been very successful. I mean, one game's not that important to him. His kids playing in his system and getting those repetitions for years down the line is really what he's after. So that's one way to look at it.
Pass was incomplete, 2nd and 10. Going to hand the ball off to number 27. He's going to get about 5 yards on this, and the Pile's going to go for it for about 2 more. That may be our last play of the third quarter, Coach.
Maybe. You might think ahead to your next opponent. You might be thinking, hey, we're going to have to do this. Or you might be thinking, hey, we know that our next opponent's going to have this video, so we're going to do some things that we're not going to do next week just for them to steal some practice time for them. So there's lots of different thoughts going into this game.
3rd and short. Ball's going to be run again right down the middle. Going to be first down for Harbor. And there's the end of your third quarter. And with the third quarter coming to an end, we're going to take one more time out here, and we're going to hear some commercials from some people who's brought the game tonight. So we'll be back here in about 30 seconds.
All these lovers got you losing control. You like a drug to me, a luxury, my sugar and gold. I want the good life every good night. You're a hot one to hold. 'Cause you don't even know. I can make your hands clap. Said I can make your hands clap. Somebody save your soul, 'cause you've been sinning in the city. I know too many troubles. All these lovers got you losing control. You like a drug to me, a luxury, my sugar and gold.
All right, so we're back, and we're beginning the fourth quarter here. Harbor's got the ball. They're up 42-7. They got the ball at the War Eagle 47-yard line. Going to be 1st and 10. Harbor's playing a lot of subs. Number 23 gets the ball. He's going to run around the right-hand side. Going to get about 3 yards.
Lane Ryder.
Lane Ryder's going to be pulled down by a host of Warriors. Going to bring up 2nd and about 7. So, Coach, you told me that you're planning on hosting a March Madness party in the gym. You said something about putting multiple games up on the brand new scoreboard.
There's the NCAA might have a problem with paid admission to watch an NCAA tournament game on a board that's 40 feet wide, but we could have it for donations. But it has that capability.
2nd and 7. Number 16's back to
And
throw.
the
Ball's loose. Ball's loose. Fall on it. We got it, Coach. I think we got it. There we go. Nice job. There you go. First turnover of the game for Harbor. We're going to get the ball at the 45-yard line. Change of possession. 11 minutes to go. Get a chance here to maybe work on the offense, maybe convert some first downs. Coach, tell me, earlier in the season, we saw Blackwell take some snaps at back at quarterback. We've not seen that tonight. Tell me why Blackwell may not be doing any quarterback.
Well,
what's going on there?
One of the, I'm just going to say it, one of the biggest tricks in coaching is trying to predict what you can do against your opponents, and then hoping when you practice that what you can do when the season gets there, and then things get exposed, people get injury, and all of a sudden now you got a kid like Dragon Blackwell. Well, he's probably more valuable playing wide receiver and playing defensive back. Being able to play multiple positions with his athleticism, than to just locking him in at quarterback. So I think probably his ability and to be kind of a jack of all trades is why we probably don't see him.
J.J. Webb on the carry, going to get 5 yards, make it 2nd and 5. And, Coach, we've got more laundry on the field. Goodness.
Another unsportsmanlike penalty.
Well, that's going to put us across midfield, going to take us down to about the 35, I believe. Going to give us a chance here to maybe to do something cosmetically and try to improve the score on the scoreboard. 42-7, 10:30 to go here in the fourth quarter. First and 10, Jeb Brown. He's got J.J. Webb to his right. Ethan Ferris out wide, Ricky out wide. J.J. takes the ball up the middle. He's going to get about 7 yards. Pile still moving. Coach, tell me some of the ball players we see tonight that we may see on the basketball court.
You see Devin Henderson out there, number 47 at outside linebacker. He's one of our basketball players. Griffin Brown, that plays inside linebacker. Excuse me. He's one of our guys, and Cooper Bowman, that plays a little D-back, plays a linebacker, is a basketball player as well.
So we got 2nd and 5. Brown's back to throw. He's going to pump it. He's going to look deep. He's got Ethan Ferris back deep. He turns around, going to be incomplete. Ethan had him beat, Coach.
He did, and you kind of wished he would have just kept running. He kind of got spun around there.
Well, he stopped to look for the ball, and he got turned around and incomplete, going to bring up 3rd and 5.
So I have a question. Is an unsportsmanlike penalty in football similar to a technical foul in basketball? And if they are similar, we've had probably 15.
We've had too many.
Too many
we've had too many
unsportsmanlike penalties.
And we've only seen, now I will tell you, if you're just now joining us, there has been one Harbor player rejected way back before halftime. We've had one ball player rejected earlier in the third quarter. And we're going to take a delay of game here, Coach. So that's going to take us back. So 3rd and 5 is now going to be 3rd and 10. So made it more difficult for us. So 3rd and 10, we got to get across that 25. Jed Brown still in the game. He's got J.J. Webb next to him. In fact, Coach, I'm looking out there. I believe our entire offense is still out there, Coach.
Yeah, I think so too. And I mean, when you're playing underclassmen and you're trying to improve your program, this is exactly what you do.
So 3rd and 10, we got to get across that 25. Jed Brown takes the snap. He's looking deep. He's got Nick Winter out there, going to overthrow him, going to bring up 4th and 10.
Jeb showed some real arm strength there. He had his feet set, and he really put a lot of zip on that ball. Unfortunately, the ball was just a little high.
Coach, tell me some of the changes that you've seen at Heritage High School just in the last year, because we are under new ownership. Mr. Jim Davis is our new principal.
Well, we got a new paint job, for one, in a lot of our hallways, which kind of brighten the mood a little bit, don't you think?
Well, absolutely. I mean, we've gone from that dull, I don't even know what it was, to bright white. And I know I walked in there in August, and I had to make sure I was in the right place.
That's exactly right. I almost thought I should put my sunglasses on again.
4th and 10. Jed Brown looking to throw. He's got deep. He's got Nick through his hands, going to be incomplete. Nick Winter was right there, going to be incomplete, going to turn the ball over on downs.
Would have been a great catch, but one, maybe he wished he had back. Ball was pretty well thrown.
So Harbor takes over, 42-7. We got 7:31 here to go in the game as we are winding down. And as I'm looking at the field, Coach,
we're standing pat, aren't we?
We are. I'm looking for some substitutions out there, but I think our defense, we still have our entire first-string defense out there, Coach.
Yeah, other than Griffin Brown. Devin Henderson, it's in at outside linebacker, number 47.
So Harbor takes the ball, going to run the ball right up the middle, number 47 for Heritage.
Devin Henderson with the tackle.
There you go. There's your basketball player. So he's going to dunk on the court, and he's going to tackle on the field. So going to bring about 2nd and 6. Well, Coach, our St. Louis Cardinals lost today.
Yeah, but we did get one from –
We did. When you're in the NLDS and you're that visiting team, your goal is to split. Harbor's going to keep the ball, get about a yard gain, going to bring it about 3rd and 5. Clock is still ticking, 42-7 Harbor.
That's Drew McClendon, number 13, in at quarterback for Harbor, a sophomore. Little fake handoff there. He kept the ball for a minimal gain.
So we got 3rd and 5 for Harbor. They get to get across the 45. We're now under 6:30 to go. A lot of subs here now for Harbor. Ball's handed off to number 27. I think he's got the first down, Coach.
Isaac Kramer again with the carry. He's had some nice runs. He's going to have a few stats at the end of this one.
Coach, where is Outdoor Ed going to go next week?
Well, next week we're in a mountain biking unit.
Mountain biking.
And then we're going to transition into a fishing unit where we're actually going to tie some flies and some spinners and end up in Roaring River.
Mountain biking, you're going to fish, you're going to the river. Coach, you think Haas Hall does that?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think they do either. I think it might mess up their suits and their ties. Harbor's going to break one left. Number 23, I don't see any flags down. He's going to score unless we can catch him, and it's not going to happen.
Lane Ryder
going to be about a 53-yard run here. Going to cap the night here. Going to make it 48-7. And right now, you just want your boys to keep their heads up. You want your boys who've been fighting because the season's not over, Coach.
No.
This is just the midpoint. You still got 5 more of these.
That's right.
You've got Fayetteville, you've got Bentonville, you've got Bentonville West, and somewhere in that mix is probably a state champion or somebody who's going to play for one.
Yeah, and you're talking about several programs that have history and have state championships in their pedigree, and yeah, it's not easy in any conference, especially not in football.
So 5:40 to go. Harbor's going to kick this, try to make it 49. The kick is up, and it's good. There's the signal. Kind of delayed on that. We're going to take a timeout right now, and we're going to play some more commercials and let you hear from the people who brought the game tonight. So we're back here in about 30 seconds. No, you're good. You're good. So number 84, he's been on the field quite a bit tonight. Jesus Barrasso, junior kicker. He's been out there more than I want to see him, Coach.
Yeah, he might have to ice down his knee after this one. This is about 9th kickoff.
Number 22, Eli Craig. He takes the kick. He runs hard. He's across the 30. Clock continues to run. 5:30, 5:29. Coach, Halloween's here in about 3-4 weeks. Are you going to dress up?
You know, I don't really dress up for Halloween, but we do take the advantage of the homecoming parade to stock our shelves for the trick-or-treaters that come our way at the end of the month.
So you're telling me you're just too old to wear a costume?
Yes.
Well, Coach, I'm going to tell you, at the Moss family, Mama Moss makes me wear a costume with everybody. Now, I know I don't look like...
What are you going to be this year?
Last year, Coach, I was Mr. Incredible.
Ooh.
And then the girls were the different characters.
I gotcha.
We got a handoff here. J.J. Webb's going to get this for about a 2-yard gain. This year, the Moss family, we're going to be Monsters, Inc.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my goodness, yes.
Who's going to be Mike Wazowski?
Gracie. Gracie's going to be Mike Wazowski, yes. And I am going to be Sully. Mama Moss has already got the whole orange costume. She's going to put dots on it. My little 1-year-old is going to be Boo. So she is at that right age right now where she's just a natural, So we got that coming up here in a few weeks. Jed Brown back to throw. He's got a catch here. Number 22, Eli Craig, makes the catch out of the backfield. Going to bring up 3rd and about 5, Coach.
Yes, we surely not want to give the ball back to Harbor before the buzzer sounds.
Now, Coach, you've got some older boys. Are any of them married? Are they having grandbabies for you? We haven't talked about this.
In fact, I have 2 sons, 3 sons in all, but 2 of them on their way to get married. One January 18th and one May 24th.
Congratulations, Coach. Throw a flag on that. Throw a flag on that.
No flag.
Yeah, he's there a little bit early. Intended for Eli Craig, 22. Going to be incomplete. Going to bring up 4th and about 4. So congratulations.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
All right.
I'm really proud of them.
So are the weddings close? You got to travel?
No, they're in Northwest Arkansas. So that's another blessing. One just outside of Huntsville at Willow Creek and one at I Street Ballroom.
So the boys did well and they've marrying up.
Oh, yeah. No, they outkicked their coverage is what I told them.
4th and 3. Ethan Ferris, excuse me. And I think he's going to be short, Coach. I do not know if we got it. Depends upon the spot. Oh, we got it. I was not sure if we were going to get that. So we're going to get 1st and 10. Clock continues to roll. 2:45 to go in the game. 49-7.
Yeah, barely got that, and I think we got a favorable spot.
All right, so we got 1st and 10. Jeb Brown still in the game along with most of the starters. Nick Winter down here bottom of the screen. Ball's going to be given to Eli Craig. He's going to run hard. He's still on his feet. Run that ball, Eli. Run hard, Eli. Run, baby. 40, 35, 30. Jeb Brown runs downfield, gives a block. That's a nice-looking play right there, Coach.
Yes, kid's still competing. Good to see.
I love that. Yes, sir. 49-7, and he did not quit.
No, and then Jeb Brown, the quarterback, gets out in front of him. And
you got to love that. I mean, he's do not be a spectator, correct?
Yep, correct.
When you're on the field, the game doesn't end when you hand the ball off.
Exactly.
Do not be a spectator.
Yeah, nice play there, and especially in the situation, you got to applaud Jeb for fighting to the end.
1:48 to go here. We'd like to get this thing in the end zone before the clock goes down to 0. 1st and 10 from the 25. Jeb Brown back to throw. He's scrambling. He's going to roll right. He's looking. He's looking. He's still looking. He's still staying up. He's going to fight. Jeb Brown's going to take a pop.
And
pop up, Jeb. Pop up. Hop up.
And another flag.
This has got to be late, so we're going to add about 15 yards. This is going to take us down, let's see, down about the 5, Coach. If this is going to be a 15-yarder, which it has to be, I can't see why it would not be. Coach, who we got working the clock tonight?
Well, working tonight we have Coach Jay Miles and Coach Taylor Tinsley and Coach Kyle Moix, and I think they're the best in the business.
Absolutely, absolutely. How long have you known Jay Miles?
Well, we did go to school together.
No
He's
way.
much older than I am, but yeah, way back.
So you're almost 50. So how old is he?
Well, he and Moses played together, I think.
J.J. Webb, left side, running hard, down to the 1. Set about 2nd and goal here with about 40 seconds to go, Coach.
Nice to stick one in here just to say we did it.
So 33 seconds. This is going to be cosmetic, but you also want to get it in there, Coach.
Yes.
So 2nd and goal from about the 2-yard line. J.J. Webb in the game. Ball's loose. Run that ball, Jeb. Hit the corner. Hit the corner. There you go. What a nice way to end it. There you go. Nice job, Jeb. There you go. It doesn't have to look pretty. It just has to get in the end zone,
right.
Correct?
That's right. They all look the same in the scorebook.
And that's it. I'm sure in basketball you got some plays that it could be a slam dunk or a beautiful three-pointer, but
they're all the same.
It goes in the hole. It doesn't matter.
That's right.
So with 15 seconds to go, the War Eagles are back on the board, 49-13. Are we going to go for 2, Coach?
Looks like it.
I do not see the kicker out there. So we're going to go for 2 here. 49-13. You got Ricky, you got Nick. Ball's going to be given to Ethan Ferris. He's going to sweep around right. He's still fighting,
Lost the ball and got it back.
And the two-point conversion is not going to happen. So with 15 seconds left, War Eagles get back on that board. Going to make it 49-13. So we're getting close here to the end, Coach.
Yep.
And next week you said we are where again?
We are at Bentonville next week.
We're at Bentonville. So what I want to know, Miss Beeson.
Yes, sir.
Will we be broadcasting next Friday night?
I believe we are.
You believe you are. Coach Olson's going to be here. I believe that Mr. Darren's going to be back in the booth along with you. I believe Darren tonight is playing with his toys.
Yeah, in Dallas.
Darren is playing with his toys in Dallas. If you guys do not know Mr. Darren Gaffney, he is a toy salesman, I do believe.
Yep.
So I guess they got some giant toy convention before Christmas.
Yep, we're Christmas on the door.
Duty calls. Now, could you imagine being one of his kids?
Yeah. Yeah, how about that?
I mean, if you're Mr. Gaffney's kids, you don't have to want.
That's right.
You just come home and there it is.
Yeah, that's exactly
Darren,
right.
if you're listening, if you want to adopt the Moss family, I will let you. Because Christmas is around the corner.
Yes, it is.
It is. And I've got two wee ones. I've got a 5-year-old and I got a 1-year-old, and Christmas is not cheap.
That's right.
Hey, you may have some grandbabies soon.
Yeah. That's right. I'm gonna keep Darren on my Christmas card list.
So we're gonna kick this thing deep.
We are streaming next Friday.
25-yard line, still waiting to be pulled down. Clock is ticking. That may be it, Coach. Nope, they're going to stop this thing for change of possession. Miss Beeson just said, yes, we are broadcasting next week. So, again, if you're stuck at home and you can't make a ball game, make sure that you tell Miss Beeson thank you. Make sure that you just think about these fantastic young boys and girls that stay up here to make sure that they can stream the games. And because, again, Coach Olson and I, we get to do what we just do naturally.
That's right. Yeah.
That's it. All right. So 49-13. Coach, for a half, we were there.
That's right. For a half.
And again, if we got to summarize, going in the locker room, you got to win. You got to win coming out.
That's right.
And we're not there yet.
No.
But again, after 5 games, do you see good stuff?
I do. I think they're improving. If you compared our War Eagles from the benefit scrimmage against Harrison to what you saw tonight, you can obviously see the kids are improving, competing. It's a new system. New coach, lots of underclassmen. So these games will keep coming.
Scoreboard does not show, but your boys played hard tonight. And it has been an honor. I thoroughly enjoy this. Coach Olson, I've enjoyed every second.
You bet.
Miss Beeson, thank you. Students, you guys are fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen from Gates Stadium, you guys be safe. And we'll see you guys next week from Bentonville. Until then, be safe and God bless.
Amen.